What's up, y'all? We live. Epiphany Tarot. Why you laughing? We ain't got no viewers yet. What we came over here to talk about?
We came over here to talk about being a good person and when to set boundaries as a good person, man or woman, man or female.
Yeah, but what was we talking about earlier in the car?
We was talking about
Well, I mean, how did you say it? What
no,
did you say?
no. I said sometimes. Why does it feel like
Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, so if you join our live, like, what we're talking about is a conversation that we had in a car that led to a conversation about boundaries. So we was in a car and we was just talking, but like the conversation that came up basically brought about boundaries, and so that's what we're talking about.
mm-hmm.
But what did you ask me when we was in the car?
no? So I said speaking for men who consider themselves a good man, or we just not gonna speak about the man, even a good woman. Why does that person sometimes feel like in a relationship or friendship or whatever, why does sometimes that person feel like like damn, I'm a good person. I do this, I do that. I'm on my p's and q's. I'm looking out for my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Why does it feel like I always get the short end of the stick? Or why does it feel like I always get dealt a bad? That's what I said. Why does it feel like I get dealt a bad hand?
Right. So
In
why
a
does it feel like
situation.
you always get dealt a bad hand, even though you consider yourself to be a good person? That's what came up in the conversation that we was having in the car,
Mm-hmm.
which is good though, because even though I feel like it was a good topic because it was coming from a male perspective, which is what a lot of women be wanting to know, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, yeah, I'm Epiphany Tarot, I do tarot. A lot of people subscribe to my channel or whatever the case may be, but I feel like it's important as women, especially when you on your journey, you trying to grow, to have a male perspective. So it's just like when we was in the car and he brought this up, and it was just like, okay, well, why does it feel like that? Why does it feel like when you're in a relationship or when you're talking to somebody, and male or female, you consider yourself to be a good person? Why does it seem like you always get the short end of the stick, or
Mm-hmm.
like you just always end up in an unfair situation? And basically what it came down to was just boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Because I started talking about, okay, like, well, even on my journey, like when I was growing, I was changing, I was going through the motions and everything. It was just like a lot of the reason why I kept meeting people who didn't really meet my standards or just couldn't even reciprocate was because I lacked boundaries. I was an over giver, a people pleaser. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I was more focused on making sure that everybody else was accommodated versus making sure that I was getting what I was needing also. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And the only way that you can make sure that you can get what you need while also giving to somebody else is if you have boundaries. It's
Yeah.
like you can't be scared to say no. You can't be scared to be like, no, thank you. You can't be scared to be like, no, I don't, that doesn't meet my standards. Like, I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You really have to be strong in your convictions. You have to be strong in your boundaries. And the only way you can do that is to take practice.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was in my single season, like, I literally had to practice, like, saying no to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though I was open to dating and I was meeting people, it was still like, okay, when I met somebody, but they weren't offering what I wanted, I had to practice saying no or
Right.
no thank you. Doesn't mean you have to be rude, you don't have to be nasty, you don't have to be disrespectful, but you just have to stand on what it is that
Right.
you believe in, what your boundaries are.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like what you require, if what you require as a woman to date you is you expect a man to take you on a date, right? So if a man approach you, but he's like doing everything but asking you out on a date, it should be a firm no.
Right.
Like, no, like, I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what your explanation is. I'm the type of woman that requires a date in order for you to get to know me before I either even consider proceeding any further with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I require. So if you can't meet my standards, then it's an absolute no. I'm not making no exceptions for you. I'm not excusing your behavior just because I like the way you look or whatever the case may be.
Right.
It's just gonna be a flat out fuck no.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same with men though too. It's just like men should be the same way. It's just like you have to have standards. You have to have boundaries. No matter how fat her ass is, it don't matter how good she look. If she's not the type of woman that you're looking for, but then again, it depends on what you're looking for. Because
Right.
some men just be looking for women to just fuck for the night. It is some men who's actually looking for a wife. But as a woman, you need to be able to determine the difference.
Right. And it depends on where you are in your journey as a man.
Yeah, because
You
every
know.
man is not in the same.
Right.
He's not in the same place
Yeah.
as you are on your journey. Some men, they're just discovering themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're just finding out how to be independent,
Mm-hmm.
how to make a way for themselves. So it's just like you could meet them, and no, they may not be just rude or nasty or whatever the case may be. You can actually meet somebody who's actually a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? He could be nice, charming, want to take you out, got respect for females and everything, but he's not in a space where he's ready for a commitment.
Mm-hmm. But see, like as a man, it's your responsibility to be upfront about where you are in your journey. Like as far as dating, like it's your responsibility to be upfront with people. Like, yeah, this is what I'm on. You know, like I'm dating, but I'm not looking for a serious commitment. Or you know, I do date multiple people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really looking to be locked in with nobody like that. You know, and sometimes like as a man, that's where we fall short at. You know, like instead of being
A
up
lot
front.
of the time.
Yeah, like instead of being up front, you will lead a woman on to think, you know, she's it or the, like y'all exclusive or, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being up front, like, yeah, you know, this is not, I'm not really on that right now. I'm just, you know, having my fun. I'm not looking for nothing serious. And then on the flip side, you got the woman thinking that it's just y'all. And then when she hit the fan, now you looking crazy.
But that's what I'm saying,
You know.
because that could be misleading, right? So if I
Mhm.
meet you, but you're in a space to where you're not looking for nothing serious, but you don't communicate with that to me, and then if you don't communicate that with me, then that leaves space for me to
Yeah.
assume. So then it's just like, okay, well, you never said exactly what your intentions were or what your motives were.
And see, and that's why.
So the fact that we communicating every day, but
Yeah.
you're not really telling me what your intent is, the only thing I can do is assume that you vibing with me like that, to the point where I'm just like, okay, well maybe he is. You know, it's some potential there.
But what we always say though, babe,
What?
as a single woman or single man, that's on you to ask the right questions too, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's
You know
when
what I'm
your
saying? Like,
discernment come in
yeah.
there, because if you're talking to somebody and then you start to feel some sort of confusion, or you just feel like you don't have clarity on their intent,
Right.
then it's on you to start asking probing questions.
The
You
right
need
questions,
to figure
right.
out. You need to get them to start telling you answers about
Yeah.
what it is. Because if they're not just willing to tell you what their intentions are, then you need to figure it out by asking the right questions. So,
Yeah.
okay, well, how long you been single? You know, what is it that you're looking for? Like,
Yeah, like what are your plans?
how
What
do
are-
you see
yeah.
your future? Do you plan on getting married? Da da da. Those are questions that you need to ask, especially as a woman, because a man ain't gonna tell you. He gonna be too focused on being the fact. It's like a man. He gonna be like, okay, well, shit. The fact that you just communicating with me at all makes me
Right.
feel like I got a chance
Yeah,
to
like I
fuck.
got a shot, right?
You're right. So he not gonna be asking you too many questions if he feel like it's gonna kill his chances of getting the pussy.
Especially if he not on that. You
Yeah,
know?
like if he
Yeah.
feel like it's gonna kill his chance of getting the pussy, he not finna ask you no questions.
Nah. Nah, he
So
gonna
it's
get-
up to
nah, he
you
just gonna
as
go
the
with
woman to make sure that, let me find out your motive as a woman should be, let me find out what this nigga is on. That's what I need to figure out. What is this nigga on? So that I can figure out what I need to do. Because if we don't align in that aspect, if your future doesn't doesn't align with marriage, but mine do, we don't need to be talking no more. I'm not the woman for you if all you're looking for is just to have a good time. I'm not on it.
Right. And then at the same time, it's your job, it's your responsibility as a woman or male. You know, we're not gonna be biased.
Yeah, we're not biased with gender,
you know what
because
I'm
this
saying?
could be either
Right,
side, but we just
right.
saying.
At that point, at the point you find out exactly what that person is on, it's your responsibility to make a decision or to set boundaries from that point on. At that moment, that you know, like, okay, damn, like, well, this person ain't really looking for nothing serious, but I know I am. You know, I'm not really with the whole one night stand or situationship type thing. You know,
What's up, y'all?
if you decide to,
I ain't even reading the comments.
yeah.
What's up, y'all?
What up, everybody? Yeah, like,
Love y'all. Love you
if-
too. Big facts, period.
if
Okay.
you go against your boundaries and your standards and what you looking for at that moment, then you don't have nobody to blame but yourself, because it's your responsibility to be like, okay, once I know what this person is on and I know they angle, I'm like, no, I ain't fucking with that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's not what I'm on. Like, you know, we can be cool or whatever, but that's not what I'm on. Like, good luck on your journey. You know,
Right.
God bless
No
you or
hard
whatever. No hard
feelings.
feelings, but that's
You
not
know,
what
I
I'm
wish
looking
you
for.
well,
Yeah.
you know, finding what
Yeah.
you're looking for, but
I'm not about to
on
waste
it.
my time with it
But see,
because I'm on a mission right now.
But see, the thing is, you gotta have boundaries in the first fucking place.
Mhm.
Like, if you don't know what it is that you look for, or looking for, or you
Yes.
don't know, like, where your limit is.
But you should already know that anyway. Like, if you
But
don't know
some
your
people
boundaries,
don't know.
but I'm saying that's the problem. If you don't know your boundaries already, you have no business dating. You have no business on the dating scene. Like, if you haven't already set a certain standard, certain boundaries that you willing to cross and you willing to cut off on, you don't even got no business dating because you don't even know what you're looking for. So you gonna go for anything.
But see, a lot of people don't recognize that in themselves, because now we talking about, like, when we talk about boundaries, boundaries just don't apply to when it comes to, like, dating. It applies to your everyday life, people that
True.
you encounter, co-workers, family members. If you can't even establish boundaries with the people that's in your inner circle, your everyday vicinity, how you gonna be able to set boundaries with somebody that you trying to quote unquote date?
But see, what I say the other day, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah.
You know, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if I don't already have boundaries when it comes to my personal life, like with family, friends, you know, of course that's gonna spill over to relationships, because how you do anything is how you do everything. Like, if I'm just a lazy person in general, I'm gonna be lazy in every aspect of my life.
Right.
And that's just facts. You know, if I don't have boundaries in my personal life, I'm not gonna have boundaries with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just facts. You know what I'm saying? So how you do anything is how you do everything.
That's what I'm
So,
saying. Like, you really gotta pay attention to
Yeah.
people when you start, like especially when you dating or you're beginning a relationship with somebody. You really have to pay attention. Well, I ain't even gonna say, because you should already have this figured out by the time you agree to any type of commitment. You should make sure that you know, or you have a good idea of what you're getting yourself into. If you're dating somebody and you start to tell, like, they struggle with creating boundaries with their family and shit, that's something that needs to be addressed before you consider a serious commitment with them.
addressed amongst who though? Like, you
It
gonna
can be
address
anybody.
everybody?
Yeah.
Like this somebody that you just dating, like just getting to know.
Yeah, like, we
And
just
you
dating, I'm getting to know you, but I'm
Mm.
peeping that you struggle with setting boundaries with your family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I could peep, like, your mother or your sister may be overbearing in a way.
But how soon is too soon to be even doing it though?
It just depends
Like,
on.
so like, if we kicking it and we've been talking, let's say a good month or two. Let's say 2 months. Let's say 2 months. No, 3 months. I done made it past the 90-day probation period with Maya. With
Oh my
Epiphany.
God.
I done made it past the 90 days.
You made it 90 days.
I done made it past the 90 days.
I'm fucking weak.
And you start to see little certain things like, man, like
Like,
kind
damn,
of a
you
mama's
kinda-
boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how soon is too soon for you to be like, man, like, I think your brother's taking advantage of
It
you?
ain't too soon.
'Cause it's
You
only
need
been
to-
90 days.
As a woman, if you start to peep that shit in the dating phase with somebody, you need to address that shit right away. right away. Don't let it linger. Don't let it turn into resentment.
What is right away?
You need to tell him immediately. It's like once you start to pick up on it, you be like, hey, I need to have a conversation with you. Because I'm peeping something that I feel like is uncomfortable, or maybe I'm confused, but I need you to shed light on it because I'm seeing something that makes me feel uncomfortable. But you need to address it, especially with women, because it's just like, if I don't say something, then it's going to build some sort of resentment.
So
because I'm looking at you to be a leader. I'm looking at you to be able to take control in the situation. So like, if you're not aware that your family is doing this weird shit, and then I have to say something to you and you still can't do nothing about it, you might not be the man for me, because now I'm looking at you like you don't have any leadership skills.
So I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. So are we talking at this point, or are we dating?
We dating.
So we dating.
Meaning we getting to know each other, but we not official.
So we not official.
And dating may or may not include sex, depending on who you are. That's different for everybody. When I was dating, it is different.
Are we smashing or not?
No.
At this point?
No.
So we not smashing?
That's subjective, because when I was dating, sex wasn't included. I could be talking to a nigga, we could have been on 3 to 4 days. But I'm not the type of woman to sleep with you if we're not exclusive.
Facts.
So, like, that may not be the same for everybody, so I can't speak for everybody when it comes to that.
So with that being said, let's help the people. So if you're not exclusive, right? You're not smashing, right?
We not having sex.
Not having sex.
We're just dating. We're getting to know each other.
But it hasn't been established that y'all already exclusive.
Yeah, we not exclusive. There is no title, but we getting to know each other.
So at that point, would you feel comfortable with telling somebody certain things that you start to notice, like, hey, such and such, or I think this person or that person, y'all not exclusive. Keep that in mind. So do you think that would
disqualify him?
No, not disqualify him, but do you think that would, like, kind of make the person feel some type of way? Like, man, like, we ain't even together like that. Why she telling me about my mama or my pops or my partners?
It depends on how you say it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, because y'all not in an exclusive relationship, it may not be your place to mention it, right? But you can mention it in a roundabout way. That's just true. To see what they can, just to see how they feel about it or what their perspective is on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not telling them what to do, but it's just bringing awareness to it. Like, do you see something wrong with that or not? And that's just me figuring out how you think and how you feel before we do make the step to commit. Because if I feel like you don't see nothing wrong with your family overstepping certain boundaries, then I have to consider if you would really be the person for me.
Well, and that gives you a good gauge on if that person actually takes into consideration your thoughts and opinions.
That's what I'm saying, because even in the dating stage, if I bring up something to you that I feel like could potentially be an issue, depending on how you handle that or how you address that, is going to give me insight about how serious you are about what we're doing.
Right, like, do you even look at me as the type that you could take advice from?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or that maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, we always call each other, like, your protector or your better half. Like, do you even look at me in that sense?
Right. Do you trust my judgment?
Right. Do you trust my, or are you going to automatically take offense, but like, nah, you tripping? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because if you take offense to that, that might be a red flag.
That's true, too.
Because I've dated men who felt like they family know better than the advice that I could be giving them. And so that was basically, it just led to a dead end, because it's just like, okay, now that we trying to be in a serious relationship, your family is overstepping their boundaries. Right. So now what?
Right. That's true. But, but on the flip side, like, we just can't beat up the men. Like, as a single person, like, as a single woman, as a single woman.
What's up, y'all? Listen, y'all cute. You cute, girl.
Like
90-day probation. I'm weak.
Like,
first of all, did I make you wait 90 days?
For what?
Before we became like really intimate. I don't think I did. I wasn't going by that.
What, the boom boom boom?
Yeah.
Nah.
It wasn't.
It was it's more of a vibe.
When we dated, we just really went
Yeah.
by the vibe. Wasn't no
Yeah.
90-day rule, no Steve
Nah.
Harvey shit.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. You gotta trust your intuition though, because that's what I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was definitely the type of female when I was in my single season dating. I was definitely the no, we're not doing that. No, I'm not doing this. Definitely not doing that. Like, I had rules established for myself about what I would allow and what I didn't allow. But it's just like when you meet the right type of person that's giving you the right type of vibe, you got to be careful on negotiating with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the vibe was so good between me and him, and we built a level of trust to the point where I felt like 90 days were necessary. You know what I'm saying? But that comes from like being consistent. Because when we start, even when we start talking or when we first start getting to know each other, even as friends, he was a consistent man. You know what I'm saying? Anytime that I texted him or called him, he would respond. And even if he was busy to where, you know, he didn't really have time to talk or communicate, he still would tell me that. He would text me and be like, hey, I'm busy right now. I'll have to call you later, XYZ. You know what I'm saying? He never left room for me to be like, well, what the fuck is he doing? Or he must be talking to another bitch. Like, he never left that space. He never left that game.
90 days.
You see,
I was trying to drop the ball.
so he was like, he was really consistent, even when the moments it wasn't too convenient for him to be speaking with me. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I let him know too, like, hey, I'm busy right now. I'll have to call you later, type shit. So it's just a level of consistency, a level of trust that you have to have for you to, like, I guess, like, negotiate your boundaries.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I was that female with 90-day rule, bitch. No. Like, no, we not fucking. No.
But yeah, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you, first of all, you got a relationship with God, you got the spirit of discernment.
That's first and foremost.
That's first and foremost. Like, if you got the spirit of discernment, you got a relationship with God, you pray every day, you know what I'm saying? You got, like, a real relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? God let you know who ain't for you and who for you right off the bat. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that's with anything. You know, that's with business, that's with friendships, that's with jobs,
Anybody
anything.
disturbing
you know
your
what I'm saying?
motherfucking peace, child.
Yeah, God will let you know off the gate. Like, if you pray about it and you really in tune, you know, with the Most High, you know, that's first and foremost.
But see, that's where, and this is what I want y'all to see. Because, like I said, like, a lot of y'all follow my channel, y'all listen to my readings, which is cool. Me doing tarot is just one part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other shit that I do. It's other shit that I like. You know, my relationship is a part of my life. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a multifaceted person is basically what I'm telling y'all. So it's just like, even when I met my fiance, I had to make space for that. Well, it was space for it, but I had to, like, really pay attention to that if I wanted to develop a relationship. Like, sure, I knew he was a good person, but, like, I had to make the conscious decision to decide if I really wanted somebody in my space like that or not at the time. And I did. Like, I felt like I was ready. Like, when I met him, I had been single 3 years already. So I felt like I was in a space where I had healed enough. I'm like, okay, Lord, I feel like, yeah, I'm ready for a relationship. I feel like I could share my space and my energy with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even now, it's just like, on a day-to-day basis, I still be like, wow, like, I'm straight in a relationship. Like, I have to share, I have to negotiate, I have to compromise. Which is, like, strange. Sometimes I'll be like, what? Because I'm so used to, like, doing shit on my own and being by myself. I'll be like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? But it's like he good about, like, helping me through that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll still be like, I don't even know how. Like, how do you know how to do that? And I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I consider myself to be an intelligent person. So I know a lot. So how is it hard for me to navigate a relationship? You know what I'm saying? When I know so much about relationships, it just be, like, mind-boggling.
But see, that's the difference. Though. It's like knowing how to navigate a relationship and knowing how to navigate a partnership. It's two different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can, like, if you're in a relationship with somebody, like, yeah, okay, let me do this, let me do that. But when you, like, really got the one, like, the one that's going to challenge you, the one that's going to motivate you, the one that's going to really stretch you out of your comfort zone.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's when you know, like, man, like, I'm in some shit now.
Yeah, because it's just like, as much as I want to, like, go across your motherfucking head, I'm not, though.
You going to do that?
You done made me mad a couple of times.
You a good crossbody?
Yeah. Because you can be something else.
That's cap.
That is not cap.
I am an unproblematic person.
No. Don't listen to that shit.
Person.
He is an Aquarius sun. He's an Aquarius sun. When Aquarius start Aquariusing, child, look, I'll be ready to.
It's cap. I'm unproblematic. The most unproblematic person you will meet.
Nuh-uh, because the fact that you're an Aquarius man means that you resonate with the King of Swords energy. King of Swords in the upright, y'all can be strict. So you're the type of man, it don't even matter if you're an Aquarius or not, but if you resonate with that King of Swords upright energy, y'all have a level of expectation. It's like, yeah, you would date women, but if a woman starts to deviate out of your expectations, you'll be looking at her like,
Nah, that's not true.
That is true.
That's not true. So I look at it like
he is bougie, child. If a karmic came towards him on some other shit, he'd be looking like, bitch, you done lost your fucking mind.
I mean,
like,
yeah, that's true.
I don't get down with. You gotta know better. You gotta have some sort of standards. You gotta have some sort of like,
but at
something
the same time,
about yourself, because I should not have to tell you how to conduct yourself as a woman, and I'm a man.
But at the same time, I'm cool with all types of people, though.
That's true, though, but it depends on your mood, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you in a season of like, well, not now, but I'm talking about before we met each other. You was in a season of dating, and you're looking for somebody serious, but you just come across a female where she ain't. You can already tell that she ain't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're not gonna be reprimanding her because it's just like you don't care.
Right, nah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you see potential in somebody and then you take her on a date, but she start doing some shit where you just like, hold on. You gonna be like, I thought you had more class about yourself.
That's true.
Like, the King of Swords energy can be strict, child. And you have your strict moments. Because I'm Queen of Wands.
But what you mean by strict?
I'm Leo. I'm Queen of Wands. Like,
what you
know
mean by
what I'm
strict?
saying? Like, I got class, but I got my modes. I be like, but I don't ever let it get out of control to where, you know what I'm saying, a motherfucker disrespect me or, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not doing that.
Right. But I'm saying, like, strict could be, that's...
It's subjective.
Yeah, I'm saying that's subjective to who you talking to. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, but I mean, like, that could, for most women, that would be considered strict, though, because a lot of women not used to a man having boundaries.
Right, but really, what you saying strict is really just, like...
basic shit.
Yeah, basic stuff that you expect in a relationship.
We're talking about the collective, though. Most people in the collective are not used to people setting boundaries or having standards. So it's just like, I've been doing shit one way for a long ass time, and then I meet somebody where it's just like, hold on, I don't get down like that, or I don't approve of that. And then you're just looking like, well, what you mean?
But see, I'm glad you said that, because that all boils down to if you willing to really do some straightening or not.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Like, are you willing to do some straightening or not to keep a relationship?
And see, that's where a lot of women go wrong at. It's like women could be in their ego too. You be in your ego
because
where
you could tell a man about
meet
himself
a decent
all day
man.
long.
Right, you meet a decent man.
Right.
But then he just like, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that, or some of the
you
get defensive. You like, well, what you mean? You can't tell me what the fuck to do. Blah, blah, blah.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, women have to learn the difference between a man giving you true advice versus a nigga that's trying to control you. That's where women get it construed. Right. Every man ain't trying to control you just because he's giving you constructive criticism.
In the same way, women want you to listen as a man and not take it as an attack or as controlling. Women got to be the same way to and be able to listen. Like, okay, let me really see what he's saying and where he's coming
right,
from.
like maybe
Yeah,
let
maybe
me
he's not
look
trying
at
to
it.
control me. You know
Right,
what
he's
I'm
not
saying?
trying to attack me, but let me look at it from his perspective.
Yeah, from his point
to
of view.
just kind of see what he's trying to say. See what try to understand
like
where
if
he's coming from.
If I was doing, if he was doing to me what he said I'm doing to him, would I be cool with it?
Right, put myself in his
You know what I'm
shoes.
saying?
Okay, like let me see. You know what I'm saying? At least give him a chance. Don't just write him off as a nigga that's trying to be controlling and shit. Every nigga ain't controlling.
Right, unless he's just flat out some obnoxious stuff, then
Yeah.
okay, that's different.
But like I'm saying, you gotta be discerning.
Right.
Because you gotta know when a nigga is really trying to control you and when a motherfucker is really just trying to give you healthy, constructive criticism that you're not used to getting because
Exactly.
you don't have no real male influences.
Right.
You don't have a father
Or you been
figure.
around
You don't
yes
have no
men,
good male
or yes
friends.
women.
Your baby daddy ain't
Right.
shit. It's just like
Right, you ain't been around nobody that told you about yourself.
right, you
So
don't have
now-
no real male figure.
Yeah. So now when there's somebody that's challenging you,
Yeah, now you offended.
Yeah, male
It's
or
like, what the
female.
fuck you mean?
yeah, now you in your feelings and
Trust
you
me, look.
automatically.
Epiphany used to be different. Okay, different from what y'all see now, child. This is the mature version of me that y'all get. Back in the day, in my early 20s, I was definitely the queen of wands in reverse. Nigga can't tell me shit. Fuck you talking about?
Yeah, we would have had a grand old time too.
But see,
would've
I
had a
had to
grand
grow
old-
out of there. You
Look.
know what I'm saying? Like,
We would have had a grand old time because I love a good. Hey, I love a good rumble.
yeah, cause you being an Aquarius, man. Oh my god, like I ain't gonna lie. It just means that your ruling planet is air. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, even on my journey through tarot, even on my journey through like studying esoteric knowledge and everything, like I never thought that I would make a commitment with an air sign. I'm sorry, like I just never seen that. And I'm not saying that all air signs are alike, but I just never seen myself being with an air sign sun placement. I just be like,
But you know
me
what?
and air signs really don't.
But you know what the crazy part
It
about
just
that
be
is?
what?
It's like when you find like or when you know you connected to your soulmate and your person, it's kind of like I'm not gonna say that stuff don't matter, but it kind of takes a back seat to what's going on at the time, because say for instance, like you said in your 20s, you know what I'm saying, you was a wild girl. You know, in my 20s, I was a wild boy. So like if I would have came across somebody like you in my 20s or whatever, you know what I used to call myself, right? The cut off king. I'd be like, oh yeah, Deuce is my. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even gonna go there with you because it ain't go in well.
We would have been toxic, okay? Because I'd be like, who the fuck you cutting off?
Bobby and Whitney. Bobby and Whitney. But no. But I'm saying that's where maturity comes along. You know what I'm saying? Like maturity, open-mindedness. You know what I'm saying? Like once it's just like the Bible, like it's biblical too, because like the prodigal son, like once you come to the end of yourself and you really tired, you know what I'm saying, that's when you're like, okay, I done had enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you really like, okay, enough is enough. Like let me see God, like what you have me. I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of going in circles. I'm tired of getting played with. I'm tired of getting played. So let me sit my behind down somewhere and really wait on what God got for me. And then once you do that, and once you really seek God and develop their relationship with God and develop your self-awareness, boundaries, like we were just talking about.
Especially as a man, because I feel like men require more discipline than women.
It's facts, because
like y'all be boys.
Yeah, because I mean it's easy to go out here and just do
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I always, like my mom used to say, trouble is easy to get into, but hard to get out of. You know what I'm saying? Trouble is easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Like you could go out here and do whatever.
Right.
But
that don't mean you should be doing that just because you can.
Exactly. Like
that's where the discipline comes in.
It's harder to walk on the straight and narrow than it is to just do whatever. I don't care what nobody say. It's harder to live. It's harder to live a righteous life than it is to just be ratchet.
Especially
because
as a man of
yeah,
color.
as a man of color, as a man of
as a
faith,
man, period, but a man of color and a man of faith.
Yeah, like it's harder to stay on the straight and narrow because you actually gotta give a care about what you do, what you doing, how you move, what you surrounded by. You actually care about the way your life looking. You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm doing pleasing to the Most High? Am I even doing what I'm supposed to do to attract the right person? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I keep attracting all these duds or all these
like
people
if
that's
I'm
not
a good person,
you know
then
what
why the fuck do I keep attracting the people who just like ain't about shit?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then that if you're experiencing that, right? So like if you're out here, you're single and you're dating, but you keep meeting people to where it's just like, damn, why I keep meeting people who are just like, you know what I'm saying? They just can't meet my standards. They not no good.
Yeah.
Then comes in the question that brings about the question about your boundaries.
You got to take a look at yourself.
What exactly are you saying yes and no to when it comes to dating? Because it's just like if you're on your dating journey and you're out here, you're meeting people and shit, but you're coming across people where you're just like, yeah, that would be an absolute no for me. That would be an absolute no for me. But you're still not saying no to these people and you're allowing them in your space. That's telling the Most High that you're not ready for a real partner. Because it's just like when you get into a serious relationship, it's even though like, yes, this is my person, this is my soulmate, I love them. Like we do everything together, but when it comes to certain shit, I have a boundary. I don't agree, whatever. You have to be able to be strong enough to communicate
like,
that.
Are you standing on business or
That's
not?
what I'm saying. You know? So, like, if you're in your dating season and you're still allowing people to get away with certain shit that you know you're not okay with on a moral or you know what I'm saying, on a moral perspective, then you're letting the Most High know that you're not ready for your person. Because if you were to meet your right person today, and they did something that you felt like didn't align with you, you wouldn't be able to speak up for yourself.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Even though, like, we're in a relationship now, we're engaged to be married and stuff, it's still moments where I have to be like, I don't like that.
Yeah, we're still two different people.
We're still two different people. Yeah. So it's just like, what I feel like is okay or what I feel like is a boundary for me may not be a boundary for him. So when a situation occurs where we don't agree, I have to say something. Or vice versa. If something comes up where I'm okay with something but he's not, he have to speak up.
What you say earlier?
What I say? What I say earlier?
God, don't try.
What I say?
Don't like you don't know what you said. Oh, you good with Mark Ed don't like something.
Oh, child, look. When he don't like something.
And that's cat.
And like he would no.
Not that bad.
That air sign energy, he's very direct and sometimes he can be very blunt. And I'll be like, damn, because you know, I got moon in Scorpio. I'm kind of sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll say some really like harsh shit, and I'll be like, it's like I get where you coming from, but my feelings hurt.
No, because like I said, I'm always soft when it comes to you. So even when I know I'm about to be blunt, I still try to soften the blow. You
don't be as soft as you think you be being. You are not as soft as you think you be.
Hella soft.
Child, look, that shit be like, my stomach be sinking in my ass. I be like, oh my God, wow, Lord.
And I be like, why you acting like that? Like I'm just mentioning something.
Because I'm healing from trauma.
Right. Shit, me too. Me too. So I be like, what? Like, what's the big deal? You know, it's just we just talking.
To me, it be like the world is over. I be like, oh my God, he gonna break up with me, like. But in his mind, it don't even be that deep. It be me being dramatic.
Right, I'm like, we just having a conversation. Like, that's all.
Yeah, but yeah, we definitely had some good conversations today, boy, and it brought up a lot about just like the collective in general, like people having a hard time meeting each other or finding love and stuff. But I tell anybody, like I'm saying, like before I met him, I was single for 3 years, child. So it was a lot of work that God had to do on me, that I had to do on myself, especially when it comes to my boundaries. I was one of those people pleasing people. Like, I always wanted to make sure everybody else was good at the expense of myself. And I had to learn to stop doing it, because it's just like, how is it fair that everybody's getting what they want from me, but I don't get anything in return? I don't get no love. I don't get no support. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. And it's just like, if you don't stand up for yourself, who else gonna do it? You have to learn how to stand up for yourself. You have to learn how to create boundaries, even with the people that you care about. And yeah, it's gonna hurt some feelings. It's gonna cost you some relationships, but that don't even fucking matter. Trust me. That if it costs you, if anybody leave your life because you start setting boundaries, they weren't worth being there in the first fucking
They
place.
They supposed to be there to begin with.
So fuck that.
Yeah,
like
anybody that can't respect your boundaries don't need to be in your life. Period. At all. You know.
Like, you cannot play about you, especially when it comes to this dating shit and you looking for love, especially as a woman, because like every day you wake up is you showing the Most High what it is that you ready for, because God already got a plan. God already know what he wants for you, and it's better than anything that you can anticipate. But it's just like, if you wake up every day and you letting motherfuckers run all over you, or you too scared to set boundaries, or you too scared to stand up for yourself, you letting God know, you letting the universe know that you're not ready for the plan that they have for you. You're not ready for God's plan for you. Because if you did, you would cut off anything and anybody who threatens that. You know what I'm saying? When I was on my single journey and I'm just like, nah, God, I'm looking for a husband. That's what I want. I want a husband. I want somebody who gonna stick around. I want somebody who want a long-term commitment. If they not on that type of time, then I'm not fucking with it. And yeah, that's easy to say when a motherfucker is not standing in your face and shit. But it's just like, as I was dating and I was meeting people, and they would be on all kinds of time, child. They would be wishy-washy, non-communicative. I had to be the one to make the conscious decision to be like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? And not because they may not be a decent person, but they're showing me signs that they're not ready for a commitment, or they're not on what I'm on. I gotta move on. I gotta move on, because if I don't, you gonna be in the way of what really is for me. And I've already prayed to God for what it is that I want. I want a husband. So if I meet you and we start talking and shit, but when it comes to a commitment, you act like you can't make your mind up and you humming and hawing, I gotta move on from you.
You ain't really on what I'm on.
And it's no love lost, but you're just not on what I'm on. We don't have the same end goal, so we're not aligned. I can't fuck with you.
Right.
I gotta go on. I gotta move on. I gotta keep moving.
Okay.
And it's just like, you may be nice, you may be nice looking, or whatever the case may be, but if what I want doesn't align with what you want, it's not gonna work. You out here just trying to have a good time, and I'm out here trying to build a family.
Because
what the fuck do we got in common?
How can two people walk together unless they agree? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's biblical. Like, if we don't agree, how can we even walk together? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's doomed from the start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we on two different paths. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't view relationship goals and marriage the same way I view it. So it's never gonna work. You know what I'm saying, to begin with, because we always gonna be at odds with each other. You know what I'm saying? So when you out dating or whatever, that's what you gotta keep in mind. Like, does this person beliefs, morals, goals, do they line up with with what I'm on? Because if they don't, then you got a decision to make.
Sorry, why the fuck am I even talking
like,
to you?
you can continue to,
especially as a man, because it's like, as a woman,
right.
I believe in marriage. So if I meet a man and he humming and hawing about marriage or commitment, or he start talking about, well, the reason I don't believe in marriage is because I just feel like XYZ. I don't give a fuck what you just said after that. The fact that you don't align with what I believe in or what I want for myself, there's no reason for me to continue talking.
Or if you're a man and you meet a woman that's not on what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's some bitches out here that don't want to be wives.
It don't care how fine she is. It don't care, how many qualities she get, how many features she get.
Hey, y'all.
If she ain't on what you want as a man, or if you don't think that this is a good person that will build with you, and you choose to ignore the signs, and you choose to ignore your intuition as a man or woman, whatever comes after it is on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't play victim. You can't play the blame game because you chose to ignore the signs. You knew this person wasn't on what you was on. But
Or
you
you knew
pursued
you
it. You
failed.
proceeded in hopes of I could change this person's mind,
Yeah,
or
and
I could get them on the path that I'm on. Nah, you can't do that.
you failed to do your due diligence.
Yeah.
It's just like you dealing with somebody and you just accepting anything because you failed to ask the proper questions.
Right. You settled
As a
for.
woman, you failed to ask, like, damn, what was this nigga views on marriage, or how did he feel about commitment before we moved in together, before I had a baby by him?
That's because
before
you chose to date for potential instead of for reality.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The reality of it is this person is not what you own.
The reality of it is, yeah, he fine. Yeah, we got chemistry. Yeah, we got some type of sexual connection. But his views and ideas when it comes to commitment doesn't align with who I am.
What I am. So I can't.
Don't ever trick yourself,
Right.
especially as a woman. Don't ever trick yourself into believing that you can make a man change his mind, child.
Like, you
cannot.
Right, you can't date based off of hopes and dreams.
You cannot think that just because you giving pussy to a nigga that he just gonna wake up one day and be like, oh, bitch, you the one. Like, we gonna get married, we gonna do the damn thing. Like, that's not finna fucking happen. You're deluding yourself if you think that it is.
Yeah, like, you gotta, like, I'm at a point in my life to where I take people for face value. What you showing me is what I believe.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe nothing else but what you showing me.
What you giving me is what I believe. Like, I can't go based off of what I hope and think and dream. I can only go based off of what you're showing me at this moment.
And
so
we do have an age difference. He older than me. I'm 33, and you what, 39? You 39?
Who asked for that information?
I'm just saying, people be wanting to know. People be wanting to know.
You giving unwarranted information.
That's not unwarranted. People want to know that.
Who want to know?
A lot of people had asked me that.
About my age?
Not about your age, but just like in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting them know that it's not that much of a difference between us. I'm 33 and you what? 39? You 39, I think.
Ooh, child,
He 39, I think.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yes, it do.
Nothing about no age in this conversation.
Maturity does matter.
No, it's like my grandma used to say, ain't no fool like an old fool. It's some old fools out here.
I said maturity matters. I didn't say age matters.
Ain't no fool like an old fool.
You could be younger and older and still stupid.
Like, you could be young and mature, or you could be old and immature.
Or immature.
I'm saying you could be old and immature.
But yeah, what we got? Like a 5-year difference?
Yeah, 5, 6, give or take.
That ain't that bad.
Give or take 3 or 4 years. Information. This live is over.
We finna go because we drinking wine.
But for real though, real talk, like, and I would say, like, if you dating, you know what I'm saying, or if you just on a journey for love, the key is not looking for it. Just go on about your life, live your life, and it'll find you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a woman, like, the men gonna hate me for this, but the Bible says a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. So, like,
the man's supposed to find you.
Right. So if you're a woman, let it find you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you find yourself steady bumping heads, you steady meeting dead ends, you steady meeting duds, you steady, meeting the wrong one, 9 times out of 10, it's because you went looking for it. Like, let that man find you.
Because I'm telling you, especially as a woman, like, especially when you praying for it, when you like, okay, God, like, I want a husband, I want my person. Even if marriage ain't what you desire, you just want your person, you want companionship, whatever it is. Whatever you ask God for, trust me, he gonna test you to make sure that you ready for whatever the hell you asking for. So even when I was in my single season, I was like, okay, Lord, I want a husband. I want somebody who wants to commit. I want somebody who wants to build a family, somebody who wants to invest, trust and believe. I was tested to see if I was really gonna stand behind what the fuck I was asking God for. And trust me, I met so many men during that process who were not ready. They were the total opposite of what I was asking the Lord for, but it was all a test. It was just to test my strength. It was to see if I was gonna fold and fall for some bullshit, or if I was gonna be patient, stand firm in my faith, and wait on the Lord to give me what I asked for. Like he's going to test you. You can't just ask for some shit and then think he ain't gonna test your spirit. He is. Trust me. I prayed to Lord, to the God, to the Most High. I prayed for my husband for over a year. And it's just like every time I would meet somebody, I'm like, okay, Lord, I got my armor on. What is this nigga on? Would be my first question. And as soon as I got any type of red flag that, and I wasn't paranoid about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just meet a nigga and then the first sentence he said, I'm like, oh no, you ain't about the Lord. I can't fuck with you. No, it wasn't like that. It was just like I gave them legitimate chances. You know what I'm saying? I let them speak their mind. I let them say what they was gonna say. I felt them out. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was just being realistic with myself, like, yeah, I don't think he's what I've been praying for. Like, he don't align with what I've been asking the Lord for. I'm gonna just go ahead and move on. Ain't gotta be nasty about it. Ain't gotta have an attitude about it. I'm gonna just go on about my business, and I wish you well, sweetie. And that's just what the fuck it is. And that was really the pattern until I met a man who could meet my standards. And it was him. And by the time I met him, I was completely minding my business. I ain't had nobody in my energy. I ain't have no weird ass exes. I ain't have no people that I was still in contact with. I ain't had no people that I was still sleeping with. Like, I literally was by myself, on my abstinence journey, minding my business, not bothering a soul. Huh?
No fault of your own. You had a few weird exes.
Well, I had a few weird exes pop up since we've been together, but that wasn't my fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, the exes that popped up since me and him had been together ain't been because, like, I still had contact with them when we met. They just, just weird motherfuckers like that be coming up in the readings, like, just don't know how to let go. It's like I've been quit fucking with motherfuckers a long time ago, and they just can't get over it. But
I can nigga.
Shut up. But outside of that, I just mean, like, I really was like not accepting less than what I wanted. What I asked God for, I'm not accepting less than that. If I said I want a husband, then when I meet you, you need to be on some husband shit. You need to be on the same page with me when it comes to commitment, when it comes to marriage. Like, you got to feel the same way I feel. Otherwise, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not finna fuck with no man who just want to be on some hoe shit or some polygamy shit and then convince myself on some delusional shit that I'm going to make them want to commit to just me. No. You got free will. You can live your life how you choose to. But if however you choose to live your life don't align with me, I have every right not to fuck with you.
Right.
But, like I said, that shit comes with time. Like, it took me 3 years to be able to master boundaries. It took me 3 years to be able to straight up tell motherfuckers no. Like, and it would be the simplest shit that I would have a hard time saying no to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really had to, like, learn. I had to allow space in my life for God to work on me. I be like, God, I legit, I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Help me. And he taught me how to set boundaries with people. It's like, you're still allowing this when I told you to do that. You're not listening. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, a lot of the time, people can't take constructive criticism. Like, all of us, we got sisters, we got siblings, we got brothers, we got cousins, we got all these people that we encounter on a day-to-day, weekly basis who come to us for advice or just come to us to talk about shit. But these are the same people who don't know how to take heed to advice. They don't know how to take heed to wisdom. Like, I'm literally telling you what you should be doing, and you literally, like, not paying attention to it and still doing the same old shit.
Right, and that's when you gotta know when to, like, okay, I didn't invest in my time, I didn't invest in my knowledge, I didn't counsel you. I didn't give you advice. I didn't pray with you. I didn't stayed up late nights with you, and you still do the opposite. So that lets me know, like, okay, it's time for me to just cut ties. Like, I still wish the best for you. I still
I just
even,
can't help you.
yeah, I still even pray for you. But as far as me investing any more of my time and energy into it, nah. Because now you saying you taking the privilege of my wisdom and you taking the privilege of my knowledge for granted. Because like I can't keep on, you know, depleting myself, pouring into you, what I'm saying, then all of your baggage then got dumped on me, and then you just keep repeating the same cycle, and you every other week, every other month, you coming to me about the same thing. Nah, at some point in time, you got to be like, nah, like I'm sorry, but I didn't try to help you as far as I can help you. You know what I'm saying? But that's not my mission no more. Like that's not my assignment no more. That's
That's
the
what I'm
word I'm looking
saying.
for. Like that's not my assignment no more. Like I didn't pour it into you, so I don't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel bad about saying, hey, enough is enough. I wish you well. I wish you the best. And that goes back to what we started this off with, boundaries.
I'm saying
You
you
got to know
definitely
when
gotta
to,
know when to
yeah, you
say
got to know
enough is enough.
when to hold them and when to fold them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't give you advice, I didn't counseled you, but it seems like
You just
you
not
like,
getting
like
it.
you just doing what you want to do. Like even with my own family and
Shit, mine
friends,
too.
people
Shit.
that's near and dear to me. I had to learn like when I'm
I'll
too
let you live your
involved. Yeah,
life.
like when I'm too involved, like when I'm up late and your problem is becoming my problem, then nah, that's when you got to draw the line somewhere because now it's affecting my personal health, my mental health. It's affecting my household, and I'm sorry, but as a engaged man, as a boyfriend, soon to be husband, fiance, I'm not gonna let you interfere with my household and what I got going on. Period. That's facts. Like if it's becoming a problem with this one, and she like, hey, like I don't like the way this affecting you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
You trying to
you,
help your
yeah,
friend is intervening with
yeah,
our connection. I'm
yeah,
gonna need you to handle
yeah,
that.
and your mood is different, and it became a problem. It's starting to become a problem with us. I'm automatically like, nah, like, like I'm cutting it loose. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna let you mess up what I got going on, and that's the part of creating boundaries that a lot of people fall short in with friends, family that's used to you being there all the time.
Yeah, because
Like
it be
they
like you
used to you.
love these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But
these not enemies or these not just,
and that's usually where
yeah,
the lesson
co-workers
come
or
from.
nothing.
Like,
Like these are
but you
people,
can't you
yeah.
can't let your love for somebody overshadow what you know to be
Right.
right and wrong.
Right.
Like,
And I'm
no.
specifically talking about when you in a relationship, like you can't allow outside people, even if it's somebody that's near and dear to you, saying like you have to understand, like, okay, now I need to know when is enough. Like I gotta be able to know, like, okay, I didn't play my role. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't gave you resources. I didn't gave you assistance. I didn't help you out. But now if it's starting to affect my relationship or my household, that's when I gotta cut it loose. And just pray for you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm not responsible. I can't fix nothing for nobody.
That's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Like,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta
yeah.
be mindful, like, especially when you get into a relationship. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, like I was single for a while before me and you met each other. But
Mm-hmm.
when you get into a relationship, it changes the dynamic. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? A lot of the times we single, we have these relationships with siblings or friends or whoever the case may be where, they comfortable. They just like, oh well, I can call the
Mm-hmm.
collective anytime or I can call such and such. I know she gonna answer, I know she gonna pick up. You know what I'm saying? But when you get into a relationship, it's certain boundaries, certain level of respect that you have to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can call me anytime. I got you. I'm gonna be that listening ear. I'm gonna give you that advice.
Mm-hmm.
But out of respect for my spouse, out of respect for my significant other, you cannot call me after 10 o'clock.
Right. Facts.
Calling me in the middle of the night at 12 and 1 ain't 2 a.m. is inappropriate.
Right.
We sleep.
Right, like you lost your mind.
So I was like, hell no, do not
Right.
call me after 10 p.m. unless it's a fucking emergency.
Mhm.
But like I said, like when I was in my singlehood, of course my homegirls or whoever the fuck, they could call me at 1 a.m. and I'll answer. They could FaceTime me or whatever the fuck. Shit changes when you get into a relationship. You have to respect your partner's boundaries as you expect them to respect yours. So it's a lot of shit that be changing. It is what I'm saying. It just be like, what you
Call
laughing
doing
at?
work hours, boo.
Call
Hey.
dude work 9 to 5.
9 to 5. My office hours are from 9 to 5.
But no, we really just came on here to just like let y'all know what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's hella readers on YouTube and shit. And you know what I'm saying? I don't bash nobody. Everybody in their own lane. You know, everybody do their thing on their own channel. I do my thing on my own channel. I don't hate on nobody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even that kind of party. But I just want to get y'all the real. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of readers who don't really like open up about their life behind the scenes, behind reading tarot and shit. And I just came out here to let y'all know I'm a normal ass motherfucker. Like, so is my husband. We both normal ass people. We go through the motions just like anybody else. We figuring it out like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? We just sharing with y'all what happened to us on our journey getting to where we are now. And hopefully that inspires you or teaches you something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I would be lying to you if I told you that this shit was easy. It's definitely not. It's like new levels, new devils. You go through the phase of working on yourself to become this amazing ass version of yourself where you don't tolerate shit. And then you meet your person. It's just like, damn, now I got to fight these demons that's trying to attack me and my person.
Like I said, like if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Right, but everybody's not doing it. So this lets you know, like, it's easy, like to, like I told you, like I used to be the type of person to where, like what I said, when I said you went off on me, when I said they used to call me
that ain't funny.
They used to call me cut them off Ed. Like I'll cut you loose in a minute.
He be irritating me when he say they cut him off and like cut who off? Like, cut who off, Bookie?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll cut you off in a minute. Like,
you ain't gonna cut me off.
I ain't talking about you, babe. I'm just saying, like, but that's what it was. Like, we live in a generation, we live in a society where
people give up too fast. They give up too fast.
Cutting people off. You know what I'm saying? My cutoff game strong.
Look, I'm a fan of cutting niggas off. Trust me.
You know what I'm saying? My cutoff game strong. That's what we say, right? My cutoff game strong.
We both are liking that aspect.
You know,
I cut a motherfucker off quick.
Unless you deem it something worthy of not cutting off. But what I'm saying is more oftentimes than not, we would cut something off too soon before we even give it a chance.
It's like you don't even give a motherfucker a chance. Right. You're just like, nope, I don't want them because they socks was dirty. They drawers is hanging off on their ass. I'm good.
Hold on now.
The bitch said she said my mama was ugly. I'm good.
Them valid reasons to cut somebody off. Like your drawers hanging off. You can use a better example than that. Your drawers hanging off of your socks dirty. Yeah. Cut them off.
Y'all know what I mean.
Cut them
like,
off.
Y'all just be cutting motherfuckers off for no fucking reason.
If the drawers hanging and the socks dirty, cut them off. That was a horrible example. Horrible example.
Ooh, Lord.
I don't know why she chose them two examples.
Y'all know what I mean, though. Like, it be stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if somebody not hygiene not up to par, that's a good reason to cut a motherfucker off. But
just because a person,
it ain't even gotta be his socks dirty. Maybe his pants flooding. Maybe his pants flooding and you just like, oh my God, I don't like the way this nigga dressed. That ain't a reason to cut a motherfucker off. Just because his style is different from yours or his style is different from what you used to. That's not a reason to cut a person off. You gotta get to know them still. Unless something is just completely you just like, absolutely.
You give me a horrible example.
That's not a horrible example.
Your pants flooded?
That's
like
petty.
How flooded on the pants?
That's petty.
How flooded on the pants?
It don't matter.
Are they like a little flooded? Or are they like ridiculously flooded? How flooded on the pants?
That's subjective. It depends on your...
No. Flooded is flooded.
No, it depends on your preference.
But nobody prefer flooded pants.
How you know?
Like capri
But
pants?
what's flooded to motherfuckers? How you know?
Like capri
But
pants?
what's flooded to motherfuckers?
What's flooded? If the motherfuckers ain't reaching your ankles, that's flooded. If the pants not reaching the ankles, it's flooded.
Look,
The question
I
is,
can't think of no good example right now because I've been drinking wine, but y'all know what the fuck I mean.
Okay, YouTube.
What's a good example of the fuck?
YouTube. How flooded? How far above the ankles are the pants?
I like a little capri. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, who? Oh, who? I don't want no capri. What you talking about, YouTube? You like capri though?
Oh God. I just cannot see it. I can't see it.
How flooded? It's too flooded.
I don't know. It just depends. Whatever you feel like a nigga is skeet or a bitch like you like damn, she look a little country or I don't know. But still, clothes is a superficial reason.
You like capri? You ain't never seen me in no damn capri.
You ain't never had on a capri, but your shit has been tailored.
That's two different things.
That's
Don't
not-
even try it.
It's two different things. But
I ain't
you know
never
what I'm
been flooded.
saying.
I might have been.
You ain't never been
I might
flooded,
have been
but
ankle length.
you ain't never been flooded, but Taylor Lynn can be considered a capri.
Nah.
Yes, he
A
can.
capri, your damn calves.
No,
Nah.
No.
Capri, your damn calves damn near showing with the capri. Nah. Taylor and capri, nah. That's two different things. I done see the capri jumps.
Look, that's a new thing with the young ones.
I done see
Like
the capri jumps.
that high cut is like a
Shorts.
thing. That ain't no fucking shorts.
Shorts.
Whatever. That ain't no shorts.
Capri and shorts is two
Maybe
different
capri
things.
wasn't the right word.
You know what I'm saying? Like if your shit to your knees,
It
that's
ain't
some damn
supposed to be
shorts.
to your knees.
That's shorts. Like if your shit like what I got on right now, that's shorts.
I don't know. Look, I seen some shit on the internet where people's stuff is coming up to like right here, but they got on like decorative socks. Like I don't know. I don't know what the trend is now. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's subjective. To me, it looked like a capri. Other people, it may be tailored. I don't know. But if you just feel like a motherfucker they don't present themselves like you would want a person to present themselves, then you just like, man, I don't know.
The friend zone.
Yeah, you know this generation is zesty as fuck. They is. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
She
subjective.
said, oh, who? Oh, who? You just said the capri, yo. That's what I want. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Look, I'm a 90s baby. I am old school child. I don't fucking know. Like, I just be knowing I be saying some weird shit. I be like, what the fuck is these kids on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just be like, whatever.
Man, I don't know.
That little
Yeah, like
child.
with the prime season, like
I done
that's
seen
what I
some
could
shit.
like above the ankle with the dress shoes with no socks.
But see,
You know what I'm saying?
I seen one of them kids getting ready for prom. He had on bell bottoms and he actually looked nice.
Also, that's in now though. Like the bell bottoms coming back
But
ever
see,
since
it changes every
since
year.
the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl.
Yeah, he had on a suit and it was like bell bottoms.
Right, he had the bell bottom jeans
It
on
wasn't
and
an
stuff.
extreme bell
Right.
bottoms. It was a pants.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like
And
that's
he
coming
had-
that's coming back now.
The pants had like a little flare.
Right.
He had the jacket to match with the little thing around his
Yeah.
waist and his little.
Like the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah,
that's what they
I'm
call
like,
it.
he looked nice.
Yeah. But
I
I'm
don't
saying,
know,
like,
child.
but that's two different extremes now. From
I
flare
know
pants to capris.
if I would have met your ass and you would have been flooding, I would have been like,
That's what I said on who?
like you ain't never been flooding, but you know what I'm saying? You've had your stuff tailored.
Right. But see, the way you said it make it seem like I was borderline flooded or something. I ain't never been close to flooded.
Well, the word flood may be derogatory. I mean, I don't see it as nothing negative, but to other people, it may seem like a negative term.
When some people in general,
Like you flooded.
when you say somebody flooded, it's perceived in a negative sense.
Because when I say flooding, that don't necessarily mean bad thing.
No, when
It
you
doesn't
when
mean
somebody
that your pants is not to your ankles. That's what I
when
mean.
somebody's flooding, it's generally not done on purpose.
Child, look.
It just means that they shit not fit like they thought it would fit.
That's why I don't deal with this generation. It's too much fucking shit.
But I'm saying, like,
it's too many rules and dumb shit.
But
like,
I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and that we used to join up people for flooding even then. Like, if you had some skeet stuff, and my generation coming up, oh, you was getting drove. You getting clowned. You getting joned on the whole day. Bullies. We wasn't no bully. I was not a bully. I was not a bully.
Yes, y'all was.
If you, in the 90s, growing up in middle school, high school, you had to have some tough skin. Because you was gonna get joned on.
Motherfuckers are sensitive now.
Even the smallest mistake.
You can't say 5 words to a motherfucker now and they be somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like this generation is soft.
They,
you know what I'm saying? Like
are.
We joned for sport. You know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't know how to jone, you was doomed going to school. Like I used to go to school with the hopes of somebody trying to jone on me.
Look, females soft too. They be they get mad when you start talking some real shit to them. They swear a bitch hating. It's like, girl, ain't nobody hating on your ass. I'm just giving you the real. I'm telling you the truth.
I got no reason to hate.
I'm telling you something that your family and friends and the people you hang around
won't tell you. It ain't none of that.
What that
is?
Yeah. Earth turn. It's a Jaleel.
He better have
yeah, this motherfucker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right.
But yeah, anyway.
And I said that all the time. I said nowadays, what she just said, like nowadays, it seems like men be in competition with their women on who gonna look the best. Like, I don't care what nobody say. I take pride in like, man, that girl my baby. Like, you did that. Like, you looking good as hell, girl. I don't want to look better than I want to compliment you.
Right.
Like, I want us both to equally look good.
Right, but I'm not trying to
I'm not trying to outdo you. No, let the women have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, men, like, in my era growing up, men took pride in they woman looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's me right there. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, these cats be on the internet or whatever. I'm talking about outfits looking more feminine than the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't on none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't judge nobody for what they do. But what all I'm saying is, I would prefer my woman to be showing out. Right. I'm like, yeah, you did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me right there. Right. Of course, I'm going to be doing my thing. You know, I'm going to be looking good and all that. But I'm going to amp my girl up like, nah, like, don't amp me up more than you amp my girl up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that's a lost character. That's a lost trait in this generation. Like, because we're not raising our men to be men no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not raising our men to hold our women up on a pedestal.
Who ain't?
I'm not talking about me. Oh. I'm just saying, like, in general. Like, you see it every day. At work, we see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, like, you want to be catered to. You want the woman to chase you. You're not even chasing a woman. Like, I've never seen a generation of men that want to be chased so bad. I'm not doing all that. She need to, if I don't call it, she don't answer. It's this, it's that. Man, forget all that. That's why you are where you are now. Mm-hmm. That's why you ain't got no good woman in your life. Because you want to be chased.
Right.
Like, you want to be the woman.
Or you letting your ego get in the way to where you feel like you too good. Right. Like, what?
Like, the generation that I was brought up in, like, the deacons and elders at my church, no, you pursue a woman. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If that woman don't want to be bothered with you, you cut your ties and you go on to the next. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't harass, you don't get in your feelings and get mad and start calling a woman out of her name because she don't want to give you her number or she decided that this ain't what she want. Now it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you banging at her door. Nah, like, that's not what men do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this generation is soft.
That shit is weird.
This generation is soft. Like, I've never in my life, in our line of work, I never in my life see so many men that they had to have the police called on them, have us come kick them out of somebody's house because the woman that told you she don't want you there no more. Or you can't control your feelings, so you over there assaulting and terrorizing the kids and doing all types of weird shit instead of you taking your L like a man and moving the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? And that pisses me off because it gives the real men a bad rep. It gives the real men a harder chance at finding true love. Right. Because these women that came across so many bozos and so many losers, when somebody that is about their business
They
come
got
along,
trust issues.
they got trust issues. They traumatized. They got PTSD. Now, as a man, you gotta break through all these barriers.
PTSD.
They
That's like
got
I gotta break
PTSD.
down the wall
Right.
that a
As a
million
man, you
other
gotta break
niggas
down
that
so many barriers to even get a woman to trust you enough to let you in her space.
But see, that's why as a woman you have to do the work on yourself, because your trust
I done got pissed
issues,
off.
your trust issues are your trust issues. That the trust issues that you develop from dealing with loser niggas is not the responsibility of another man to come save you from.
But at the
Like,
same
no.
time, you can't blame a person for having their guards up after dealing with
You
traumatic situations.
you can't,
like
but you
that.
have to work on yourself, because the more you learn about yourself and the more you are discerning, the less likely, I ain't gonna say the less likely, because there's always gonna be like a level of like, okay, can I trust this motherfucker or not?
Yeah.
But not to the degree that you like fucking paranoid that every nigga you meet gonna do something to you.
Now, if you moving like that, then yeah, you just need to be by yourself for a while. But what I'm saying is, if we're just being real, if we being real on your channel, okay, when me and you first started talking, and we first started,
I want to hear this. What?
when me and you first started talking, and we started having serious conversations. I'm talking about the deep stuff, and I said, hey, I'm gonna let you know straight up, the way that I was raised, the stuff that I've been through, the stuff that I experienced. I know trust is a factor for me. I don't trust easily. Did I not say that?
You did say that.
Yeah, I said I don't trust easily, and I'm not saying that you're an untrustworthy person. I'm just saying let's get to know each other. Let's build that trust. Let's build that. Let's work into it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that's different. Like my trust issues coming from childhood and coming from
But see,
what I dealt with growing up is different from trust issues caused from a low life bum that damaged somebody to the point to where they have trust issues.
But see, that's my point. Even you saying that means that you have some sort of awareness that you have been traumatized in the past. You know what I'm saying? But I could deal with you on that level, because it's just like you can communicate with me that you don't trust easily because of XYZ. You're aware of what's caused your trust issues.
Right.
I'm talking about people who they go into a situation not even being able to communicate that. You can't even tell the person that you're dating that, hey, I got trust issues because of the last bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to accuse you or nothing, but I just want to let you know that I might trip sometimes when it comes to that.
But generally, a person can pick up on it without you even saying it.
That's what I'm saying. If you're a discerning person, you would already fucking know
like,
that.
Oh, this person deal with such and such.
Right,
but at the same time, let's rewind a minute. The fact of me telling, because you told me the same thing to a certain extent. The fact of knowing it about somebody don't make it any easier to deal with.
No, it don't. It just brings awareness, but it don't make it easier.
But at the same time, that's when it becomes your choice to like, man, like, damn, do I want to deal with this person knowing that they got this and that? So, with that being said, man, male or female, if you lay it all out on the table for a person, like, yeah, I deal with this, and this person is still willing to even try and to even, like, okay, they can see, like, man, we could work through that, like, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when you got to be like, okay, like, damn, like, I done told this person my insecurities. I done told them what I deal with. I done kind of opened up. You know, I done opened up a little bit. Let me just see where this go. That's stemming back from what we was just talking about. We veered off a little bit because you had me messed up with the capris.
But see, paranoia is like a side effect. I believe that paranoia is a side effect of doing shit you ain't got no business. Because it's just like, why are you so fearful of somebody doing something to you unless you be doing shit to other people?
That ain't necessarily the case all the time.
But that's usually the case.
So hold on. So if I'm paranoid, and not paranoid to the extent it's like problematic. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm paranoid,
but that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about paranoid to the extent that it's problematic.
Oh, well, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm talking about. But that's what be out here.
But you could be paranoid just from certain stuff that you go through. Just from
Yeah,
certain stuff
but
that you
not to the
experienced,
point
though.
where you self-sabotaging, though. Like, I can be paranoid, like, damn, is this motherfucker gonna do da 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 da? You know what I'm saying? Just because of the shit that I've experienced. But not to the degree where I'm self-sabotaging opportunities. Like, I can meet somebody else, but I'm not gonna project that on you to where I'm just automatically assuming that you're gonna do some fuck shit to me just because of what I experienced with other people. That's self-sabotage. Assuming that somebody's gonna do something to you without you actually getting to know them just because of something you already experienced, that's self-sabotage. So, like, if you self-sabotaging shit before you really get to know somebody, you got a problem.
Is it self-sabotage or is it self-preservation?
That's subjective.
No, is it self-sabotaging or are you preserving yourself from what you consider a threat? Because let me explain. And I'm going back to myself. Like the way I grew up, saying single parent home, dad on drugs and stuff. I grew up in an environment to where it was survival, it was self-preservation, and it was always be aware of your damn surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So for coming from something like that, like you said, it's subjective. Like where you might view it as self-sabotaging, that person is like, nah, I've always been like this. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've always been right majority
Because
of the
of
time.
how I grew up.
Yeah, because of how I grew up. Like I've always been right. And I can say the same for myself. Like my sense of awareness and my sense of discernment and my sense of self protection and self preservation has kept me from a lot of stuff that would have turned out bad. Except for one thing, we don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But in essence, in general, like for the most part, that has been one of my better qualities. So at what point, and I'm just speaking for the people now, at what point did you separate the two? Like when you get off into like trying to date, trying to find your person, how do a person that's dealing with that, not me or you per se, but how do a person that always been like, I gotta keep my guards up type shit? What advice would you give to that person for them to know like, okay, it's safe for me to kind of scale that back a little bit?
I would say trust your instincts. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say like just assume something about somebody. Give them a chance to prove themselves. You know what I'm saying? But giving somebody a chance to prove themselves don't mean that you letting down your guard.
Yeah, that's true.
It just means that you allowing them space to show you what they offering.
Right. But
And if what they offering makes you feel paranoid or it triggers you, then no.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't let it like make me scared to like try something new.
So what you saying that you at least gotta be willing.
Yeah, you at least gotta be open.
Yeah, at least.
Cause if you don't, then what? If you don't, then what? How you gonna meet somebody if you don't?
Like if you desire companionship.
Right, if you want a relationship, you can't walk around being completely paranoid, not trusting nobody, not giving nobody a chance, but then still thinking that you just gonna meet somebody and live happily ever after. That's delusional.
Out the blue.
Yeah, like no. How? When you not even willing to get to know somebody. Like that's crazy. Like what are you talking about?
Right.
But no, our whole point of like coming on here was, like I said, was just to let y'all know that we just normal fucking people, man. Like, even though we're getting ready to get married, getting into a relationship, you know what I'm saying? I like to inform the people who's been on my journey with me for this long. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all because when I first started my YouTube channel, I was single. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in no relationship. I ain't had nobody. I was going through the motions. I was learning. I was growing. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm just in a new phase in my life where I actually had somebody. And
Right.
I'm here to tell you that it's just as much work as it is when you're single. That's what I want people to understand. It's like people be wanting relationships.
It's more work.
That's what I'm saying. People be wanting relationships like, oh my God, da, 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 like somebody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. Being in a partnership makes it even more, it's even more work than when you was by yourself because all the lessons that I learned being a single person, it's just like now that I'm in a relationship, I have to apply all those said lessons on top of learning new ones. So it's just like it's twice the work.
So what would you say? Because I know this is a question you get all the time. What would you say has been the hardest part of the transition from going to singleness to being in a full blown committed relationship, engagement? What would you say has been like the most challenging thing?
The hardest part has been to allow myself to be vulnerable. Like what do you call it? I don't want to say breaking down, but what do you call what's the opposite of building something up?
Like
Other than breaking down.
like dissecting something.
Yeah, but like taking something apart.
Yeah, breaking it apart.
But yeah, basically that's been the hardest part for me. The hardest part for me going from being a single person transitioning to a fully committed relationship is
you have to unlearn certain things.
Breaking down the walls that I built around myself for protection. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
When I
talking about.
Right, when I first met him, I was fully guarded. I was like, ain't no nigga getting shit past me. The fuck, no. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally realized, or I was starting to trust him, it was just kind of like, okay, all these defense mechanisms ain't necessary. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody that I can trust now, so I don't have to be as protective of myself because I got somebody who is protecting me.
They want to work.
Right. So
anyway,
shut up. So yeah, that's been the hardest part. Is trying to undo or reverse the walls of protection that I built around myself.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what the masculine energy is. The masculine energy for a feminine energy is an extra layer of protection. Of course, I have to be able to protect myself, but when you get in alignment and you get in a relationship with a masculine, that's an extra layer of protection. But it's just now that I'm with somebody that I can trust, that I know will protect me, breaking down those barriers that I built for myself when I was alone is. It's sometimes you don't even know you be doing it.
Yeah.
Or you don't know that you're being defensive. It's you're unaware because you've been doing something for a certain way for so long.
And see, that proves my point. That's going back to what I was just saying. A person that has always had certain things in place to protect themselves and safeguard themselves, you know what I'm saying? You basically going into that vein now because it's once you get with the person.
Oh, we appreciate y'all.
Right. We appreciate y'all. Once God revealed to you that that's your person, you won't even feel the need to do all that no more. You know
yeah, but
it's natural.
It's hard though.
Yeah, because you gonna resist it.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's just even though I've got to a point in my relationship where I feel okay, I know I can trust him. But it's just the actual act of trusting him when it's time to, there has been some resistance. And not because of something he was doing, but just because of what I experienced, my own trauma.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He didn't already did everything that he could possibly do to let me know that this is a safe place. You know what I'm saying? But because of my own experience, my own trauma, I'm still I don't know if I can trust it. You know, I'm still defensive when it comes to certain shit. I mean, not now, but I'm talking about in instances that we've had together. But I feel that's how you know the difference between a healthy relationship and a toxic relationship. Because it's just even though me and you, we don't agree on things all the time.
Right.
Or we've had situations come up in our relationship where we butt heads about shit. But it's the way that we handle it which shows me the difference.
Yeah.
Even though, we are normal people, right? So we in a relationship. It's been times that we disagree. It's been times that we argue. It's been times that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking with you right now. You're not fucking with me right now. Those times have happened. They might still happen in the future, but it's the way that we handle the
it's the way
situation
you handle
is
it,
what
yeah.
lets you know the difference. Even though we've had our differences, even though we
Yeah.
argue from time to time, even though we disagree on certain shit, it's never been an instance where we've disrespected each other.
Right.
Even when I'm mad at him, I never go to the extent where I'm belittling him. And even
Vice
when
versa, right.
and he ain't never belittled me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can argue all day long about
And I
some
would
shit,
even-
but I'm never gonna disrespect
Right.
you.
And I would even call our arguments arguments. It just be slight disagreements.
Yeah, we don't be full blown arguing.
Yeah.
It just be like we're both stubborn people.
And I'd be like,
What is-
I'd be like, Maya, be for real.
I'm Leo, you Aquarius. We both fixed signs, so we can be very stubborn. Like when I'm hell bent on some shit, I just be like, that's it. Like I know negotiating. This is what it is, and he the same way. So it's just like, yeah, we butt heads, we stubborn, but there's never no disrespect involved.
Never, right.
It's
never
just
did.
like I could be mad at him, but I
Right.
never feel the urge to like disrespect him though.
Right.
That's the difference.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Even with me, like he can tell me how he feel, but never disrespect me. Never call me out my name.
Right, facts.
Never throw some shit back up in my face. Like,
Right.
and that's how you know when you with somebody that really respect and care about you versus a motherfucker who just playing in your face. Because as soon as you fall out with somebody, they ain't gonna hesitate to throw some shit in your face. They ain't gonna hesitate to disrespect your ass. Me and him, we done had disagreements about a lot of shit, but we ain't never disrespected each other.
Nah.
So that's the difference. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When you got respect for a motherfucker, you can go a long way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that comes with maturity.
Right.
You have to be mature enough to understand that type of concept. Like just because I don't agree with something that you're
Right.
saying doesn't mean I gotta call you out your name.
Right.
Doesn't mean I gotta disrespect you. Don't mean I gotta
Right.
call your mama and bitch this and bitch that. I ain't gotta do all that to get my point across. I can tell you exactly how I feel and make sure that you understand it without me having to belittle you.
Facts.
That's maturity. That's being grown.
Facts.
Like I ain't gotta do all that extra shit just to get you to understand where I'm coming from.
Right. And then it would, like if you didn't say it with your piece, I didn't say my piece.
Then that's
we
and we
right,
still
if
don't
we still
agree.
don't agree.
That's
like,
what it
right, like,
is.
hey, we just agree to disagree.
You just gotta agree to disagree.
You know what I'm saying? Now bring your ass to bed.
Yeah, now let's go to sleep.
You know what I'm
Then
saying? Like-
cuddle me.
Right. No, but that's facts. Like I think oftentimes people forget like that they on the same team. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless, like you know, like me, I used to play football, baseball, all that. You think you always gonna agree with your teammates and the plays they calling?
No, teammates getting into
You know
it
what I'm
all
saying?
the time.
Like you ain't even always agree. I ain't always agree with the coach and the plays he was calling. You know what I'm saying? And I damn sure they ain't always agree with my teammates. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we all reaching for the same goal. So with my partner, with my fiance, with my wife, with my better half, even if we not on the same, or we having a disagreement, or we going back and forth about something, at the end of the day, we on the same team. And we trying to reach the same goal.
Yep.
So if we got to keep revisiting this until we come to agreement, then that's what it's going to be. But it's never going to get disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And for all y'all women out there, if a man is willing to disrespect you over a small agreement,
Or a small
that's
disagreement.
A disagreement, my bad. Yeah, a small disagreement. If a man is willing to disrespect you because you don't agree with him
Over something minor.
over something minor, or vice versa, like I'm just not gonna say the women and men. Like if a woman is willing to disrespect you over disagree, some y'all going back and forth about, then that let you know right there what you need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to what we said at the beginning of this live. That's when the ball comes in your court, you know, because anything that's meant to be, it's not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, like God ain't the author of confusion, flat out.
Man, I'm telling
Like,
you.
and a lot of people don't like to hear that, but God is not the
It's the
author of
truth.
confusion. Anytime it's constant confusion, it's constant friction, it's constant pull from your peace and your structure that you done worked hard and built up for yourself. Anything that's constantly going against that is not of God. Period, point blank, and I'm willing to stand on it.
That's what I'm saying.
God
Like-
is not the author of confusion. So if you're in a relationship, if you in a whatever, and you find yourself not at peace, you find yourself always confused, always feeling like it's not right, it's not of God. And That's all I'm gonna say
And
about
that's what I'm
that.
saying. Like my fiance grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? Our backgrounds is different. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't grow up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a grandmother who went to church. You
Right.
know, obviously she took us with her sometimes as her grandkids, but I wasn't raised consistently in the church. I wasn't raised by a family where every Sunday we was at church. Like I wasn't raised like that. You know what I'm
But this
saying?
is just like this ain't even got nothing to do with the church. This is
I
just
know, but I'm
yeah,
just saying though, like
yeah.
you still were like introduced to that at an early age. Some people don't even get that. It's just the point that I'm trying to make.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's background is different. Like yeah, I grew up with a family who was of God, but not everybody in my family attended church every Sunday.
Right. To drop that knowledge on you
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's just a learning, and because it's a lot of shit that he teach me. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the word, when it just comes to discipline, like he's way more practical than I am. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to the word. You know what I'm saying? Like he's more knowledgeable in that than I am. And not to say that I'm not knowledgeable, but like he's more advanced than
Right.
me
And that's
in
not to
that.
even say like I'm not a Bible thumper or nothing like
No,
that.
he definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Not to
not.
say that either. You is not no Bible
Yeah. Like
thumper,
I'm.
but
Yeah. But
you are
right.
somebody who's strong in your faith.
Right. I apply biblical teachings, biblical in a practical way. You know what I'm saying? That can relate to everybody doing everyday life. You know what I'm saying? That's not even say you gotta even believe in the Bible
Right.
or be a Christian or whatever. You
Like
know,
you ain't gotta
which
be a
you
part
know
of
what I'm saying?
religion to live your life
Right. But
righteously.
right. But at the end of the day, you know, it could apply to anybody, regardless of what faith you from. You know what I'm saying? Like some things is just common knowledge and common sense.
It
Like,
just comes down
you
to being
know,
a good person,
yeah, you
man.
know what I'm
Like
saying? Like it comes down to just seeking God for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
seeking your higher self.
right. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about asking God for discernment and asking God for direction, you know, and we talking about relationships, but that's with anything. You know, it could be a job, a business, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like I guarantee you, you see God, you see direction, He gonna show you the way.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know?
Like as a woman, it's just like certain things that had like that attracts me to my fiance was things that I never even expected. You know what I'm saying? Like
Talk to me now.
just the maturity level. You know what I'm saying? Because I've considered myself to be a mature person, right? Especially now. You know what I'm saying? The version of myself that I am now, I consider myself to be very mature. But like meeting somebody who's just as mature as me, sometimes it just had me be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because certain shit, it's like certain situations that I've seen you handle had me like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never seen that level of maturity displayed within a person. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, it's attractive. It's sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I seen, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my fiance and he carrying himself a certain type of way, or he's carrying himself with integrity and class and righteousness through a difficult situation where it can make him want to spaz out. It can make him act out. It's designed, the situation is designed to trigger him, but I'm watching him in real time carry himself with so much grace and so much class, so much integrity, and it's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, damn, I don't even know if I could be that mature. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've definitely seen my fiance in certain situations where he had to display a level of maturity which most people cannot. And it has inspired me to be more mature. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to certain shit. Because I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that level of maturity existed until I met you. I'm thinking that I'm mature until I seen you have to deal with some shit. And now I'm looking like, damn, like, maybe it is another level to maturity. Because the way that you just handled that, I wouldn't have handled it that way. I would have been fly off the handle somewhere.
But and at the same time, it's like when stuff like that happen, it ain't even me or you or us. Like it's the God in us. You know what I'm saying? That gives us strength to handle certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Just like like the Bible say, like the same spirit that raised Christ from the dead is the same spirit that lives in me when I rise from the bed. You know what I'm saying? Bars. You know what I'm saying? So so You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the God in you that gives you strength to handle certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And it's if you even acknowledging God like that, you know what I'm saying? So like before I start my day, I'm like, okay, God, give me strength to get through this day. You know, give me strength, whatever I might
Shit, me
face,
too.
keep me from danger seen and unseen. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I'm old school with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like keep me from danger seen and unseen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already covering us, you know what I'm saying, before the day even start.
Mm-hmm.
Because like God know better than I know what I'm gonna have to deal with. So when I am faced with something, it's already covered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I
Absolutely,
don't feel that.
cause shit,
Yeah,
I be covering us too, but you start your day before mine.
right,
Right? Like you get up earlier than I do. So
right. So
but even
it's
if
just
it was
all
vice
about
versa, like I would
yeah,
get up, I say my prayers every morning. You know, well, I pray anytime I feel the need to.
right. And throughout the day, I'm
But
like
like just
yeah,
on like a regular basis, I still pray every morning. Like when I wake up in the morning, the first person I talk to is God. Even before I talk to my fiance, before I talk to anybody else, before I get on social media, before I get on YouTube, God is who I'm communicating to. Period.
yeah. And it's like you know what I'm saying, like I don't mean to be churchy or preachy or nothing, but at the end of the day, I know where my source come from. I know where
What's
my
up?
strength
What's
come
up,
from.
gang? What's
You know what
up,
I'm saying?
Jennifer?
And
Period.
I'll never back down from that fact that I know where my help come from. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like my help comes from the Lord. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing that I do is of my own strength. I always give glory to God, and that's why I'm so successful. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because I'm always gonna give glory to God. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? No matter what's going on, no matter what the latest fad or
That's what
trend
I'm
is,
saying. Like
I'm gonna give glory to
this ain't no
God. You
trend.
know what I'm saying?
This ain't no fad.
You
This ain't
know,
no nothing. This is some real shit.
like
Like I'm telling you, the day that I met this man, he's always been God fearing.
yeah,
That's
like
something that his mother instilled in him,
yeah, like and
and
you know
nothing that
me,
had to do with me.
yeah, you know me, like
Okay.
I don't, you know, so I'm not the type of person that's just like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't judge nobody for what they believe in.
No, you
You
got
know what I'm
free
saying?
range to do what you
You know
want.
what I'm saying? Like, but as for me, I subscribe to giving glory to God, but that's
Mm-hmm.
just me. You know what I'm saying? So even within my relationship and within just the way I walk on a daily basis, I know who ordered my steps, and I pray daily. God order my steps, lead and guide me. You know what I'm saying? Like show me, protect me. What should I be doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not no fool. Like I'm not no dummy. Like the Bible said, a fool has said in his heart that there is no God. You know what I'm saying? So I would be foolish to not give credit to the one who I believe in. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So even with our relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like this was like not even planned. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
this came out the blue.
I'm telling you, this
So
this shit was. I don't even know how that I met him. Like I'm telling you, like when I met him, I was in a space of complete peace. Like I was on my single journey. I had been single for a few years. I had mastered myself. I had mastered, when it comes to dealing with karmic men, like all of that shit, I had already mastered. So I'm literally like on cloud nine. Like I'm on some high vibe shit. Nobody can disturb my peace because I didn't already learn the trick of the enemy. Like nobody can trick me. The devil can't conceive me. These low vibrational games and mind games that motherfuckers be playing, I'm so above that. I'm unbothered. So I'm just on this peaceful plane, not worried about shit. God done got me covered. He been showing up. He been blessing me. He been providing. I'm straight cool. In my mind, I'm like, shit, maybe I don't even need a relationship because the way I feel so good and
right.
feel so motherfucking comfortable. It's like, what
Like
would
I'm
I need
straight.
with a
Like
relationship?
I'm good.
Then boom, here he comes showing me what the hell I do need with a relationship. Cause like the sign, I'm telling you, the signs will be there. Just like when you meet somebody and you can pick up on red flags, you can also pick up on green flags too. Before I got into a relationship, I was already getting signs and synchronicities that I was getting ready to meet somebody. I felt him in the spirit before I actually met him in the physical. Like I knew like I was getting ready to meet somebody. Like I was being given like signs and synchronicities and visions about that. It was like I kept feeling somebody in my energy, but I couldn't put a face with the spirit yet. And I'm just like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, who is this person? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay, God, like I know you're gonna reveal it to me when the time is right, but I'm curious, like, who is this person that I feel in my energy, because I can't put a face with a name. It's not somebody familiar that I already met yet. This is somebody new. I never felt this energy before. I don't know who this is. And at the time, I was in the process of transitioning careers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I don't know what this is. I don't know who this is. But I wish you would hurry up and reveal it to me, because I'm tired of this feeling. I'm tired of feeling like it's somebody in my energy, but I can't put a finger on who the fuck it is. And like, it was just so much synchronicities. It was so much divine intervention. But I was just going with the flow. I'm just like, God, wherever you want me, whatever you want me to do is what's going to happen. And when I just let God take the wheel, everything just started falling into place. Next thing I knew, me and he was dating. And even before it turned like romantic, just being like a good person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a red flag too as a woman. When you meet a man and he's genuinely just a good person, like before you even look at them in a romantic lens, before you even decide to have sex with them, any of that shit, just him, a man showing up, being a good person, he knows how to treat a woman. He's gonna open the door for you. Y'all go out. He gonna pay for the shit. Not because he just wants a pussy, but just because he got respect for women. This is how he treat every woman. It don't matter if it's the lady down the street. Don't matter if it's his own mama. It doesn't matter if it's his baby mama. It don't matter a stranger that he just met. He's gonna treat every woman with respect. He's gonna open the door for any woman. He's gonna pay for the drink for any woman, because it's in him. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a green flag to me when I started dating him, because I was just like, the way that I see him treat other women in his life was a red flag to me. He's not disrespectful towards women. He doesn't display animosity or anger towards the feminine energy. Was a green flag for me. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you got to be able to pay attention to the shit. A lot of women, they don't even be paying attention to that shit.
One thing about it is, like my mom used to say, a person will show you how they feel about you before they tell you. All you got to do is pay attention.
Man, a motherfucker will tell on themselves. All you got to do is just pay attention.
Let me cook for a second. A person will show you how they feel about you before they tell you, without even saying a word. All you gotta do is pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, a person can only show up as their representative for so long before they true self show up. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of times we don't give it enough time for the true self to show up, because we so quick to jump the gun because something seems good or something seems like, okay, this is for me. But not like, you know what I'm saying, ask God for discernment. Ask God to let you know, like, if this is really something you're supposed to be in, or if this is somebody
really is this from you, or is this a trick?
Because when you first meet somebody, oh, that representative gonna show up heavy as a mug. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they gonna show up as everything you want.
Just what I'm saying. And that's not always the case, but sometimes that's the way it play out. Like, somebody play the role, you know what I'm saying, just to get off whatever agenda it is that they got. You know what I'm saying? Then they true self will show up. And by then, you done already let your guards down in some more shit.
But see,
you know what I'm saying?
But see, that's why you got to do the work, because in order to even recognize somebody who really is for you, you have to be open-hearted. Like, you cannot be bitter about shit from the past. You can't be mad at your baby daddy. You can't be mad at your baby mom. You can't be mad at your ex-wife, ex-husband. Like, you have to be in a space where you are content, where you're happy, where you forgiving everybody. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you done got an apology or whatever the fuck may be. Like, you have to be at peace with all those situations and be open-hearted to the opportunity that love can still happen for you. Regardless of what didn't already happen. It can still happen.
Yeah. You know.
And it's like a lot of people don't believe that, but that's the difference. Your faith, your belief in what God has for you is the difference. If you didn't already gave up on what God has for you, then why the fuck would he give it to you? If you don't believe in it, why would I give it to you? Why would I give you something that you don't even believe in?
Right.
You don't even believe in me.
Fact.
So why don't I bless you with something?
Fact.
No. It's like, despite everything that I've been through, I've still kept the belief that, all right, guys, you ain't failed me yet. It's like, yeah, I might not have what I want. I might not have the blessing that I've been asking for right now. But my belief in the fact that I will get it, that it's meant for me, I'm gonna get it. I may not know the date, I may not know the fucking time, I may not know the fucking year, but I know I'm gonna get it.
Right, what you say? Faith is small as faith is small as a mustard seed. Like,
Period. And that's the real. That's what I can tell you as a woman. Like, that's what I can tell you. Like, the way that I manifested him is the faith and belief in the plan that God had for my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of people, you know, we ain't even talking about, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people spiritual on this channel. We ain't even talking about, like, twin flames and all that. I ain't even talking about that. I'm just talking about the genuine belief that what God has for you will be for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I had let that hurt go by the time I met him, is what I'm basically telling you. Like, I went hung up on no ex. I ain't feel no type of way. I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. I gotta move forward. It's like, I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgive you for the shit that you've done for me and the shit that I've allowed, accountability. But I'm gonna move forward. You know what I'm saying? I still believe that I can have what I want despite what I've already been through. Like, fuck that. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that I can't have what I want. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that I can't be a wife. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that I can't be a good mother. Who the fuck are you to tell me that?
And besides that, like, God only gonna bless you according to your faith anyway.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man thinking, so is he. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't believe you're not deserving of it, like you said, why would God bless you with it? Like, you don't even believe that you're deserving of it.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So God is gonna bless you according to your faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta believe first of all in order to receive.
Yep.
So if you still beating yourself over the head for, you know, decisions or for shortcomings or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you expect God to even bless you? Like, God gonna meet you where you are. You know what I'm saying? And God ain't gonna bless you with nothing that you ain't ready for anyway.
Exactly. So if he
You
know
what I'm
emotionally you ain't ready for no healthy relationship because he know you gonna self-sabotage and shit, he ain't gonna give it to you. You got work to do.
And that's facts. So with that being said, you silly. You silly.
For real,
But
because
no.
it's just like, look, it's a different level when you have to be emotionally mature, intellectually mature compared to every other relationship you ever been in. Like, all my old relationships, all my old exes, them motherfuckers, child, look, I was the immature version of myself. So it's kind of like, the challenge is to be the mature version of myself in a new relationship. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So
that was the challenge.
I'm like, this a real man. Let me get my ex together.
You know what? You know what?
let me act like the grown woman that I know how to be. You know what I'm saying? But you know, God ain't gonna bless you with nothing you ain't ready for. Obviously, he felt like I was ready because, like I said, I was in a season of feeling good, single. I was like, I felt like I didn't need nobody. I was like, I don't need no old ass toxic ass ex. I don't need nothing bothering me. So I'm good where I'm at. And soon as I said that, God was like, okay, she ready. Let me bring somebody in. It's like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I'm finally in a place of peace. I'm not mad at nobody. I ain't holding no grudges. I don't feel no type of way. Like, I'm cool. I'm straight chilling. God, like, okay, you ready? Excuse me? Like, for real? Like, I'm not looking for nobody. I'm not doing anything that would invoke somebody to want to pay me any mind. Like, I'm not doing nothing. I ain't outside. I ain't Ain't nobody club. I'm not posting no shit on no Facebook or whatever the fuck. I'm literally just to myself. And somehow somebody still spotted my ass. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, fuck. Like, who's finna fucking disrupt my peace? Because I'm like so good right now. Like, I'm not in the mood for this shit. So whoever the fuck this is better be coming with the A game, because I don't got no time. I don't got fucking time for no dumb shit. But that's why I was proven wrong at, because when I met him, when I say he was so fucking consistent from day one, like even before we started to like date romantically, he was just like a good person in general. Very respectful, you know what I'm saying? Even to other women, you know, like older women, yes ma'am, no ma'am, open the door for you. That's just how he was when I met him. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like a different, it's like, damn, I ain't never met a man who's actually like don't have no animosity towards women in 2023. Mm-hmm. Oh shit! I was just like, golly, like damn.
Man, that's what we met.
2023.
2023.
It was 2023.
Yeah,
It's
July.
2025. It was July of 23, I think.
Yeah,
it was before my birthday.
Yeah, like June, July.
It was like June.
When we first started, like.
It was like June when I met him, and we was like friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was like friends. We was just getting to know each other.
Right.
Like, it wasn't no weird shit involved. Like, we wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It was just casual conversation. Right. It'd be like, hey, what's up? What you doing? Da, 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 da. Right. It was that simple. You know what I'm saying? And then he started putting the moves on me, right?
And then by November, what happened in November?
You asked me to be your girlfriend.
Down in November, locked you down. Locked you down in November. Yeah, enough is enough.
Look, I feel like I was in the Twilight Zone. I'm like, is a nigga really asking me to be his girlfriend? Like, are you for real? Me?
They go ahead and lock you down in November.
I was just like, I know you lying. Like, I was shocked. I could not believe this shit. It was like, I'm telling you, it felt like a Twilight experience. I'm like, I knew it was happening, but I couldn't believe it was happening. Right. I'm just like, it was weird, child.
We had already been talking like we was already dating anyway.
Yeah.
But we, you know what I'm saying? We was dating, but we wasn't like official.
Yeah, we was dating, but we wasn't official.
Yeah, like we had been dating since like what, September?
Yeah, but we was exclusively dating though.
Yeah.
It's like even though we hadn't put no title on it, we still had the conversation to where it was just me and him dating each other.
Right. We had that.
Like I wouldn't entertain nobody else. He wouldn't entertain nobody else. We was just kind of gonna try to figure out where this went.
Right. See where
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. But we both knew where it was going.
And like I said, it wasn't no toxic shit. When we was dating, he had his own shit, child. I had my own shit.
Oh,
he had his own house, his own car, whatever the fuck. Yeah. I had my own house, my own car and shit. Like, so it wasn't a energy of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I gotta take care of you, or you gotta take care of me, or you doing more for me than I'm doing for you. Like, no, it was really balanced.
Yeah. No, cause we did trips and everything.
Yeah, like we started going out of town and shit, like quickly. Yeah. Even though, like, when we first started going out of town, like, it was only, like, small trips. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We would just do, like, a day trip to, like, Chicago or something like that. Yeah. Something that wasn't that far. Right. But, like, and that was just to test the waters to see, like, how, you know, like, so let me see how you act, you know, out of this environment. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me see some. You know what I'm saying?
Type stuff.
And then that went on to, like, shit, we done been out of the country together and some more shit. So now
after that, we went to Miami.
Yeah, we went to Miami, which is our favorite place to go.
Right. Yeah.
We went to Mexico.
We went to Miami, in December?
Yep.
In 2023? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went to Miami in December in 2023. That was the trip right there.
It definitely was. A lot happened in that trip.
Let me ball till I fall. Let me ball till I fall. Let me go ahead and get you flued out real quick.
But that's all I'm saying. We've
you
always
flued
had like
Had
it's
to flew you out.
from day one. It's been like a solid bond. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of green flags that I seen with him before I even decided like, okay, yeah, this would be somebody I would want to commit to. You know what I'm saying? Just the way that he carry himself, the way he, you know, views women, you know, his level of maturity. All of that was green flags to me, which made him which made me consider him for a commitment. It's just like, okay, I don't see nothing negative about you. Now, that's not to say that he's perfect. He's not perfect. But I'm talking about when it comes to his core values, his core beliefs. He is not a disrespectful person.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all.
What's
Hey,
going
boo.
on?
Divinely guided. What's up? She said, you said he's the Edward to your Bella. Tell me why we was just watching Twilight last night.
Dang, that's what that is?
Yeah. We was watching Twilight last night, Breaking Dawn. We was watching Twilight.
Oh, we.
Hey, Leo gang, what's good? We was show watching Twilight last night.
Which one was that? Part 3?
Yeah, we watched the last one, Breaking Dawn. That was my shit. And he not a Twilight person. I am. I am a fan of the Twilight Saga, child, and I had him watching it. We were straight watching Twilight last night. But yes, he is the Edward to my Bella.
A movie while you trying to go live.
What?
You still owe me a movie that I want to watch.
No.
Think you slick gonna go live tonight? Get out of watching my movie.
No, I'm not trying to get out of watching your movie. That's what I'm saying. We just here to inspire y'all. Like, man, it is definitely possible. You can definitely find you a decent person, but you have to do the work. There is no way around it. Like, that's what I'm here to tell you. There ain't no way that you're gonna find somebody and you ain't done the work on yourself.
Right, that's fast.
Like, you have to take a good look in the mirror and be like, okay, what the fuck am I doing that keeps attracting all these loser ass people?
Right, ain't no shortcuts.
Ain't no shortcuts.
Reese comment. What's going on, y'all? I like the conversation with y'all.
What's going on, y'all? What's up? Oh, we decided to go live because we just wanted to. Well, what triggered this was I don't know if you watched some of y'all watched my last reading. Some of y'all watched my last reading. I mean, the one that I posted today, but just in general, even before I posted that reading, like I said, we was in the car, we was having a conversation, and a conversation came up about boundaries. That's what triggered us going live, because I was just like, this is a good conversation that people need to hear.
So many people don't either they don't know or they know, but they just don't enforce their boundaries.
Or they know, or they just don't believe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't put it into practice. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you could know what you willing and not willing to go for all day long, but until you stand on business, that don't even matter.
It's like I could say all day long, I ain't going for no nigga who ain't got his own car.
Right.
He ain't got his own place. The nigga got 5 kids.
Right.
Da 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 da. But then if you meet the nigga and you still letting him have access to your energy for shit that you said that you wasn't gonna do, it's just like, okay, which one is it?
Right.
Either you standing on business or you not, because you was just telling the Most High how you don't fuck with niggas like this, but now that it's a nigga like this in your face,
and you still going for
you folding on everything that you told us that you wasn't going for no more. So which one is it?
You didn't win every time.
Look, child,
you didn't win.
I'm telling you, when I got serious about what I was asking God for, I came up against the most, I don't even know what the fuck they was, the lowest level demons possible. I'm telling you, they was trying it. They like, oh yeah, you want to ride with the Most High? You want to be righteous? We gonna test that. We gonna see if you really about that life. And boy, I'm telling you, boy, they tried it. Motherfuckers tried it. And I was still like, nope. I'm holding out for what the Most High God has for me, bitch. Bye-bye. Toodaloo.
And until you standing on that type of
business, standing on business is what brought in my person.
Like,
point blank, period.
That type of business, you gonna keep getting taken through the ring.
But It was not easy. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It was not easy by a long shot. I wouldn't sit here and say that it was. Just like you just got done saying. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Right.
Everybody would be doing it if it was that
like,
easy.
It was
it's
easy.
hard.
Everybody had a person.
It's hard.
Everybody have a loving relationship / partnership.
It's hard, man.
If it was easy, everybody would be doing
That's what I'm saying. Because, the devil ain't going to come as something that you don't want. The devil is always going to come as some sort of temptation or attractive. Right. It's going to come as something that you desire.
It's like the devil disguises himself as an angel of light.
He going to look like the finest, sexiest motherfucker you ever seen, child.
Gonna be packaged up, nice and pretty looking.
Right. But you have to be the one to be like, okay, yeah, I see you. Yeah. You look good, but you ain't good.
Yeah, period. I see you for what you are. Like, I can see past all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not tricking me, bitch.
On the surface, you know what I'm saying? Like, but see, at the end of the day, like, things that are like spiritually discerned can only be discerned by those who are spiritual. Mm-hmm. So if you're not tapped in,
you ain't gonna know.
Yeah, you ain't gonna know. You
gonna easily get tricked. You gonna go for anything.
Yeah, you gonna go for anything. Like, you have to be tapped in with the Most High, with God, to even to order to even be able to discern those types of things. Like, when something looks good, but it ain't. Like, even like at the end of the day, like I keep saying, like, even I'm not even just speaking in aspects of relationship. It could be a job. It could be a business. It could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna come packaged the way you want it. You know what I'm saying? Something that's pleasing to your eye. You know what I'm saying?
What she say?
It's always gonna come something that's desirable. But at the end of the day, like, you gotta be able to discern. She
said, "How do you both have boundaries with family when it came to your relationship?"
Boundaries with family.
Boundaries with family started with us. Yeah, so even before I met him, the boundaries started with me. Yeah. Like, me having boundaries with my own family before I actually met him was the key. Good. Yeah. Like, I had to have boundaries with the people that was closest to me before I got into a relationship, because if I don't know how to protect myself, I ain't gonna know how to protect the person that I love.
And like, who was that said that?
I don't know her name. Oh, it says I'm really doing this is her name, I guess.
Okay, but yeah, like I said earlier in the live, I don't know if you was on for that, but like I said earlier, like, how you do anything is how you do everything. So even if before you was in a relationship, if you didn't have boundaries with your family, then don't expect them boundaries to be there when you are in a relationship. So now, like, if you single now, you gotta start now. You
gotta start now setting boundaries with people and family.
You know what I'm saying?
Because when I was in my single season and I was like creating boundaries for myself and not letting certain people do shit to me or whatever, it started with me. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I met him, my family already had an understanding that I'm not to be played with to this type of level. Like, I don't play that. I don't go for that.
Yeah, that's gonna spill over.
So now that I'm to a relationship, I ain't really had no family members who tried to, like, do anything as far as our relationship. Like, a lot of people just respect us. I ain't never had nobody who tried to do some slick shit or try to say something out the way. I had one family member that tried to do that, but they got checked immediately.
Oh, yeah, like what me and you always.
And then Thanksgiving Day with my auntie, I was like, excuse me?
What we always like to say, like, I don't even give that.
I don't give run over. I don't give pushover.
I don't give none of them.
That's what I'm saying. When you meet us, we don't give, like, we to be played with. Yeah. Like, that's just, I don't know. It start with you. Yeah. Like, you have to set those boundaries as an individual, as a person. You know what I'm saying? Even before you meet your soulmate or your counterpart or whoever. Like, before I met him, my boundaries were already in place. I didn't play with my motherfucking family. I didn't play with motherfucking friends. I didn't play with no motherfucking body. Like, do not cross my boundaries, bitch. I'm gonna cut your ass off.
If people know you don't play about yourself, they automatically.
Man, they not
know
gonna try you. They gonna be too scared.
Because,
They gonna be like, no.
Right, what's understood ain't got to be explained.
Is that like we know such and such don't go for that?
Right.
We're not even gonna try it.
We already got to understand it.
As I said, my family I don't play. I do not play.
What makes you think I'm gonna play when it comes to my person? You know what I'm saying?
It's like I don't play in general. I don't play in general. So like if I do have to go off about some shit, the first person that even before I say something, if I got an issue with somebody, the first person that's gonna start going off before I even say something is my mama. My mama gonna be checking motherfuckers like, I don't know why the fuck you tried her. Why you start messing with her? Cause you know she don't get. Why would you start with Maya like that? Like my mama start going off on motherfuckers before I do because I don't give that.
And even in our relationship, there's been plenty of times where I've been like, babe, you need me to.
You welcome, girl.
You need me to handle that. You know what I'm saying? And she would have to be like, nah, this ain't even like it's cool. You ain't even got it because she know I don't play about her.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm saying there's been instances to where I would ask you like before I go off on the deep end and just blow my top and let somebody have it. I'd be like, what's up with that? What's this about?
Like, he basically asked me, like, am I okay to go in on this motherfucker or not? And I'll be like, babe, it's cool. I got it. No evil trip.
Even on one of your YouTube posts when you was like you had to check somebody's soul, and I was like, everything good here? You already knew what that meant.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically me saying, like, you know what I'm saying, before I go there.
Yeah, we pop off about each other, though.
Like, let me know. Like, before I go there, let me know.
Yeah, but like, I ain't never had an issue with family. My family know the type of person that I am even before I met him. Right. I don't go for none of that goofy shit. I don't play the fuck around when it comes to my boundaries. So I'm not the one to be playing with at all. So when I got into a relationship with him, it wasn't no issue. Motherfuckers was just like, okay, who is this? You know what I'm saying? They just curious about who he is versus like trying to attack him or anything. Like, yeah, I ain't, I had like one person that tried it and that didn't go over well for them, let's just say. So, yeah, no. I don't have no type of problems, like.
So, yeah. Like, that's like just setting them boundaries with your.
That's what I'm saying. You can't play about your spouse. I do not play about him.
Yeah, early.
I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Yeah, you gotta let people know what it is from the jump.
That's what I'm saying. Because if motherfuckers feel like if you not protecting your own shit and you just let a motherfucker play around with you, everybody else gonna play around with you.
They feel like they can get that off on you.
Yeah, they feel like they can get that off. They definitely gonna try it.
Yeah,
nah. Like I will cuss any bitch out. I will cuss any family member out. Shit, I'll cuss out my own motherfucking mama about this one. You know what I'm saying? And not to say it like that, because my mama loves him. Okay, child? Right, my mama loves him. I'm just saying hypothetically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go off on anybody.
I want this smoke.
No, my mama loves you. My mama loves you. Shout out to Mama Epiphany.
Boy, you be giving some horrible examples.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all so funny because like y'all watch my channel and shit. Like if you watch my videos, you know my mouth kind of unhinged. I'm a curse. I speak. I am a sailor at the mouth, right? If you knew my mama, child, look, my mom is worse than me. At least she not now in her older age, but back then when I was younger, like a teen, oh my God, my mama's mouth was off the chain, off the meter, okay? And my mouth is like that too. But like I said, being in a relationship with him, I've had to learn to like be cool when it comes to that. Like I can't be doing all that. It's like I do say what I want, but respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because you a different type of man. You know what I'm saying? You're not like them low-level demonic niggas who be trying to talk to me and then I gotta talk to their ass crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go so long talking to demonic niggas and then you meet a divine masculine, it's different. You be like, damn. You know? It's like, so yeah. I was definitely unhinged back in the day. I get unhinged on my channel a little bit, but not like I used to. Because my mouth can be something else. But I try to be cool.
You try. You do what you do. You do what you can.
You get on there, I do
You
what I
do what you
can.
can.
No.
You do what you can.
I do what I can. It's like, child, Leos can pop out. My mama is a Gemini, child. My mom is a Gemini. So yeah, she definitely, child, look. When them twins come out to play, she be tripping. And I'll be like, girl, what in the heezy? and you know, birds of a feather flock together. So, you know, Gemini is air signs, Aquarius is air signs. My mama and my fiance like to team up against me. It be air against fire, unfortunately. Yes, it do. Y'all do be trying to come after
No,
me.
just like the other.
No. They
No,
be teaming up
no,
against me, child.
no, hell
It be
no.
all air against fire.
No,
And I be
hell no.
like, really? Y'all trying it?
Hell
The
no.
fuck?
Just like the other day. The other day when your mom called.
Nah, y'all
all she
tried
said,
it.
All she said was, "What she been doing?" I said, "Being bad."
But
That's
see,
all I had to say.
why would you even
That's
say
all I
that?
had to say.
Why would
And
you
she
even say
already
that?
knew.
First of all, the fact that she even asked you why was I being bad, and then you gonna say, what you say?
I said, "What she normally be doing?" And
See,
she fell out laughing.
you wasn't supposed to say
And
that.
she fell out laughing.
Yeah, they be
She
teaming up
already
against
knew.
me.
Nah.
Believe it.
Mm-mm.
They be double teaming me on some earth sign shit. I be like, oh, okay, Gemini and Aquarius, y'all teaming up against Leo gang. Cool. Don't worry about it.
I ain't got to
Don't
say
worry about it. Cause
Nah,
when I start acting crazy, we gonna see about it.
Nah, that's because you had just got done tripping. And she just don't happen to call. So she must have already knew.
I'm serious. Like, if you in this chat and you ever dated an Aquarius before, child, I don't see how you did it.
What they mean? What they mean?
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Aquarius, look. I got fire, earth, and water in my chart. I don't have no close air placements. So like air sign, me and air signs, child, it's a hit or a miss. That's just it's hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the fact that my fiance is an air sign just be blowing me. I'd be like, I cannot believe. I really thought that I was gonna end up being with like somebody else that got like fire in their chart or fire sun or earth placement.
But
Like,
see, but that's, like you said, oh, you just can't go just off.
but that's what I'm saying. You can't just go with your own beliefs. That was my own thinking. But God said, no, I'm gonna drop this Aquarius off to you and see something.
Right, you just can't
So,
go just
you
based
know.
off that. Because look who you ended up with.
Right.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? We both mature versions of ourselves too. So even when it comes to like conflict, like our conflict resolution skills are really good.
Mm-hmm.
That I can say, like your conflict resolution skills and mine, it's like even when we disagree, it's just like we know how to problem solve with each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like we still be cool even if we disagree on some shit. I'm like, okay, cool. That's how you feel. That's how I feel. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It don't be no beef or no weird shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that ain't even got shit to do with no sign. That just comes with a level of maturity. If you can't conflict resolute or you can't problem solve, then it's like, what are you really doing then?
Right. Right. Like that's just being an adult.
That's what I'm saying. That just comes with being an adult. Like we two individual people. We ain't gonna agree on everything.
Right.
But we ain't gotta be into it with each other just because we don't agree either.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck?
Sorry, how long we gonna drag this out? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, conflict resolution, child. Like we have mastered that amongst ourselves. So now that we in a relationship, it's just like we use that to our advantage.
Right.
If we disagree about something, our conflict resolution skills kick in.
Mm-hmm.
And we figure out a way to compromise, or
Yeah,
we
like,
just figure out a way to be okay with not agreeing with the
Right,
shit.
what we
It's-
doing?
right. It's like whatever. Shit.
Right.
Ain't no need to argue about it. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we just came on here to like,
Chop it up a little bit.
that's what I'm saying. We just came on here to just like share with y'all about this conversation that we was having, even though we've been on this motherfucker for like 2 hours.
It's been a long.
Yeah. It wasn't even supposed to be that long, but like the conversation that we had earlier in the car was so good, we had to come out here and share it with y'all.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, we are normal motherfuckers. Yeah. Even though I got a platform, I'm on YouTube, I got a tarot channel, you know, a lot of y'all watch my reads and shit. Still, we're just regular people. Right. There ain't no this.
And they need to follow the other page.
Oh yeah, we do got another page too. We got a channel that we made together. If y'all want to follow like our journey and like the wedding stuff that we're doing, we gonna be posting it on that channel. I think the handle is what?
Date with Davis.
Date with Dave at Date with Davis.
Yeah, at Date with Davis.
At Date with Davis.
Or just put in the search bar Date with the Davises.
Yeah, or put in search bar Date with the Davises. That's gonna be the channel where we probably gonna go live on that channel, like for these type of conversations, and then like as far as like everything that's associated with the wedding is gonna be posted on their channel from here on out. So if you're interested in following that to see how shit goes, then you're welcome to join that channel, to follow that channel. Yeah, because we're going to be going live on there a lot. This type of shit, you know what I'm saying? We ain't really going to be going live on Epiphany Tarot with this, you know what I'm saying? Because this is just us going live and talking about our relationship is just to inspire folks. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to know it's nothing about this shit. Our relationship is nothing about it that's perfect, child. Right. Nothing about it.
Talking about,
okay? We like y'all input. We want to see what y'all want to talk about, what y'all want to know about, what y'all want us to discuss. Because we can tell you about it. We are both very blunt people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we can talk about anything really with each other, with y'all. Like whatever y'all want to talk about. Sex, problems, money, finance. We can talk about it, child.
Right.
Period.
Right. We might learn something from y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all can learn something from us, and that's the goal. The goal is to be able to, you know, share our experience with y'all. Right. Hopefully that somebody can learn something. Yeah. Like teach y'all what we know is basically the goal. Like that's all this is. And ain't no weird shit. You can email me, Epiphany Tarot. You can feel free to email me, girl, period. Put it on the community tab. Yeah, I will. You seen what's happening in Israel and burning to the ground. I don't know what's going on in Israel. It's giving I'm not mad anymore. Come love on me. Oh, shit. Y'all both in your north know, yeah. No air. Yeah. I have my daughter's father. Yeah. Yeah, we just two normal ass motherfuckers, man, who have came together in union and we're figuring it out.
Right. What they say?
You see what's happening? I don't know what's going on in Israel. If something's burning to the ground, Lord, we praying for them.
Well, yeah, we definitely sent some prayers up for Israel.
Yeah. We just had a tornado in St. Louis. Like, it didn't hit our area where we live in, but it definitely tore up some shit in other neighborhoods.
It definitely was out and about when it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Like, I didn't even realize that it was a tornado. I was like, what?
Right. We just know it wasn't the usual type of storm.
But thank God we were safe. But it was a tornado that touched down in the city, which was weird. Like, we don't normally have that type of like weather in the city. It's been years since a tornado touched down in the city of St. Louis. Like, so that was weird. And a lot of people lost a lot. It's been a lot of people who lost their houses, their foundations, their businesses. So yeah, it's a lot going on in the city right now as far as like community wise. Everybody trying to do their part and help each other and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened yesterday, but we was safe. We was actually taking a nap when that shit happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scorpio goddess, we are good. Like me and him were actually taking a nap when this all happened. Like, we were outside at first, but it just seemed like some heavy rain. Like, we went, you know, it didn't come, we weren't thinking about no tornado when the rain and shit was coming down. We was outside at first, but then we had made it home. We ain't think nothing of it. And then we ended up taking a nap. By the time we woke up, it was just like shit all over the news about businesses and homes being destroyed. And we just like, damn, what the fuck happened? So it's people who lost a lot. It didn't hit our neighborhood, fortunately, so God blessed us about that. but it is a lot of people like going through the motions right now, because this was just yesterday. So today was like a recovery. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure if y'all on social media, a lot of y'all ain't got a lot of friends from St. Louis or Missouri or whatever, but on my timeline, it's a lot of people who lost a
like, you'll
lot,
definitely see it,
suffering.
right.
Yeah. So a lot of people was recovering from the tornado disaster, or the tornado that occurred yesterday.
Yeah.
So we praying for them for sure. And we doing our part, you know what I'm saying? We can help anybody, you know what I'm saying, donate. You know, we got a couple of friends. You said Merv was donating?
Yeah.
We got a couple of friends that's donating to the disaster or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's just real sad for a lot of inner city people right now who got hit by the tornado yesterday.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, girl. Yeah, subscribe. We gonna be on our girl talking our shit. You know what I'm saying? And my goal is, because, you know, like, yeah, I got a channel on YouTube, but it's like a lot of y'all, a lot of my collective, or a lot of people who watch me are feminine energies. So it's just like, yeah, I wanted to bring my fiance on here so that y'all can get a male perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because for some reason, it's just like, yeah, when I be doing my readings and shit, a lot of females, it's just like the messages be coming out, but they don't like believe it because it's coming from a feminine energy. It's coming from a woman. It's like, why don't you believe me? You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying it like that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I wouldn't sit on here and lie to you. But it's just like, for some reason, it's like some people just don't believe you when it's coming from the same sex. So it's just like, you got to hear it from a man. Like, I don't know. But I'm trying to help y'all. For some of y'all. But yeah. So I brought my masculine on here so that y'all can hear it from a male's perspective, not just mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done taught me a lot, especially about the way the men be thinking and what the fuck they be doing. I'm like, oh, so a nigga was trying to set me up, huh?
You gonna have cats looking for me.
What?
So you gonna have cats looking for me.
They ain't finna be looking for your ass. They just gonna be mad.
Oh, I ain't worried about it.
I'm so glad that you put me on to St. Louis today, because I never knew you were there. By the way, I'm from Chicago. Okay. Yeah, Chi-Town. We love Chicago.
We love Chicago.
We done been there a few times, child.
Shout out to the Chi-Town.
These are the same conversations my husband and I have regularly. It's just fun to join in on our purpose Sunday dinner. Yeah, we had Sunday dinner. Actually, we already cooked before we came on here. We had steak, mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts. So we had cooked dinner before we got on here. Epiphany, you're my favorite time, really. Libra gang. What's up, Libra gang? I love you. I love you. Love you. Real recognize real. Yeah. Love from Chris and Sharon. What's up, Chris and Sharon? We love you. That's what I'm saying. We just on here to just share our experience. To just let y'all know what's real, what's saying. Because, you know, people like to manipulate social media. Like, they pretend to be one way on social media and then another way off social media. Like, nah, bro. I'm the same motherfucking person.
Right.
That y'all see when I'm recording in daylight. My fiance puts up with me, child. Look, I'm a handful. But so is he. So, you know. Don't look at me like that. You is something else.
I'm a handful. I just be chilling. I don't do nothing. I don't do much.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's 12.
I'll be learning and growing as I'll be teaching y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just like whatever I learn, I hurry up and come to YouTube and I tell y'all about it. You know what I'm saying? This just how it's been for me for the last few years. Especially the way I started off my YouTube channel. Like, shit, when I started my YouTube channel, I had like 5 subscribers. Like, when nobody watching me, I was on here pulling 3 cards looking crazy. Like, damn. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I just feel called to do this, so I'm trying. And shit.
Now look at you.
Yeah. It's like I started off with like 5. I didn't even know it was. I didn't even think it was 5 subscribers. I feel like it was 5 viewers. I had 5 people view my channel. And I think my video was maybe like 10 minutes long. I just pulled like 3 cards. I was so scared. I was nervous. I was stuttering and shit. I was just like, oh my God, this shit was horrible. Why the fuck did I upload it? But it's like, you got to start somewhere, man. This shit, you get better with time. You know what I'm saying? So like, It's been a real experience, a real journey with my growth with reading. Yeah, and I just like, I don't know, I'm just one of them readers that I like my messages to be realistic. Like, I mean, of course, like, you know what I'm saying? The cards have a spiritual aspect to them. So, yeah, they can get, the cards and the messages can get kind of spiritual. True. But I'm also a realistic reader, too. Like, I want to see what the realistic shit is. You know what I'm saying? Not just the spiritual shit. I like both. I like the realistic and the spiritual. Like, let me know what the fuck is going on. And that's how I try to come across in my readings. I want to let y'all know what the fuck is going on. Whether it's in the spirit or whether it's here in the 3D. You know what I'm saying? I want to get you hip if I can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was single when I first started my channel, too. Now I'm in a relationship. I'm engaged. We getting ready to get married. And it's been a wild ride, but I am glad that y'all been rocking with me. I am so grateful. I'm so appreciative. Even if you just joined, like, I'm so grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to keep the channel interesting. Like I said, if you just want to follow the journey between me and my fiance about the wedding plans and everything that we're doing in regards to that, you can follow our other channel. I'm going to post it on my community tab so you can follow it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get off of here because it's getting late.
Right.
And we finna go to bed, child, because I'm tired. What's up? You've been following me for 2 years? God bless. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Oh, it's your first time catching my live. I'm glad you was able to catch it. Period. So yeah, we gonna be hollering at y'all though. So stay tuned, okay? We gonna keep posting. We gonna keep going live. I'm gonna keep doing readings, obviously, but we gonna call it a night, y'all. So good night. God bless. Y'all stay safe. And like I said, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to the other channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. We love to see what y'all got to say. God bless y'all, okay? Peace.